Neal there. Good evening. Welcome to the Crucible in Reading for the Snooker Legends at 900. And we started out with 96 players. They all came to conquer. And tonight we're down to the final 8. And of course, one spot up for grabs for the grand final. This is where it's at. Lee Richardson and Neal Foulds are joining me, and we love finals night, but the fact that it's the last finals night.
It's the last chance to get onto that wall behind us with the other names that are already there, sitting pretty on the 22nd of November. They're all looking forward to it, but whoever wins tonight might just think they've got a little bit of a momentum swing with them, the last through. Maybe that'll be where the winner is coming from.
And what we've seen so far this week, who has impressed you the most?
Oh, well, your Fergal Quinn last night was, he struggled in his first match, but then to have 160 odd or whatever it was in the next frame, it was like, he's in the groove. He's in the groove tonight.
Well, he got stronger and stronger, and quite interesting, he's actually been drawn against Jason Shaw again. Yeah. So will he be a better player, do you think, with all that experience? You know, he's adapted to the conditions.
You mean Jason? Well, I mean, he's going to have to. Actually. Yeah, I think they're both in that same position, actually. You know, with Fergal, he clearly, as Lee said, has improved. You know, he played a lot better last night. But now he's just got to go up against his nemesis from the other night, you know. And if it turns into a tactical battle, then someone who's one of the best pool players in the world might just have the edge. Who knows?
But also, Jason Shaw knows what Fergal is all about. He knows he can score, which is going to put a little bit of pressure on your safety shots.
It's added great intrigue and excitement having a 5-time Mosconi Cup champion join the party here at the 900. And of course, he'll be in here, and I'm hoping that he's in the grand final like them all then. Let's take a look at the prices. And top of the market, Paddy Wallace. Well, he's been favourite from the very start, and he's actually not shortened all that much from Monday to now. 9-2 into 7-2. Fergal Quinn was 6s, now 4-1. And Wayne Townsend 5-1. You got Hayden Stanley 11-2. He was in last night's final, was very unlucky on Monday. Maybe he could have a big run tonight.
Well, he's a real improving player, a very engaging character. I thought played good stuff last night. I like his game. I think he's one for the future in snooker in general. Whether that future is on the 22nd of November winning this, that could be a starting point. Just mention Patrick Wallace. You know, he's a world championship quarter-finalist at the Crucible. That is something that none of the others can go anywhere near in snooker in terms.
I've got to say, though, Hayden Stanley's been practising with Billy Castle all afternoon, and Billy's done one on him. I mean, 100, 80. And so I'm not sure how dented his confidence is for tonight.
No, but that can work two ways in snooker, as you know. You know, you get a good player who comes up against someone who's playing brilliantly. They either demoralises them, or they think, hang on, this is how good I've got to be.
Yeah. Let's wait and see on that one, shall we?
We don't know how that's going to go.
Well, there you go. You got both.
I know where my money ain't going.
Both sides of the coin, I think, on that one. So there you go. All the gossip downstairs. Lee's been there. We'll be talking about the buzz of finals night, of course, and what we can expect. And let's take a look at the pundits' picks then. We're all still in. We're all still going. And actually, the selections have been quite good the last couple of weeks. Neal, your Aka copped last week at 8-1. Last night, Lee, you had a treble in at 7-2. And the pundits' pick, Neal, just remind us you went with the 2 pool players, which is quite a standout moment, being such a strong advocate for snooker.
I'm a snooker stalwart, aren't I? But I do know that Mark Gray once beat Jimmy White in a ranking event on Sky many years ago, so he come from a snooker background. I kind of think Jason Shaw did as well, but I was just intrigued, you know. I'll say it again, if we've got a massive lot of breaks tonight, barrage of huge breaks from great players, then I don't think these two are going to make those breaks. But if you get frames going down at the colours, the extra little bit of nous of the pool player might see them through.
Well, they're cute. It's the cuteness, isn't it, of the pool, and we'll see if that will translate tonight. You've gone Fergal Quinn and Wayne Townsend.
Yeah, and they're both in opposite halves, so I'm quite happy about that. And, you know, they're both very good players. I'm happy. I'm still happy.
Good. Hopefully you keep happy. Patrick Wallace and Daniel Ward for Rhiannon Evans. And actually, Daniel Ward was quite a big price in the outrights. Lee, I think you said earlier that he might be a spot of value at a very big price this evening.
I think he is, because he's 7s tonight, and all the others are winning. You know, he's got Mark Gray, Wayne Townsend, Hayden Stanley in his half. I think he's not out of. Yeah, I think he's good value.
All right. And
simple as that.
What about the professionals? I mean, obviously you're very professional with the pundits there, our 900 family. But it's been brilliant, actually, season 2, having the pros getting involved. The whirlwind Jimmy White, he's gone Wayne Townsend 5-1. Gary Wilson has tipped up Hayden Stanley 11-2, and the great JV with Patrick Wallace and of course Stuart Bingham, a big fan of the 900. He's got involved this week with Patrick Wallace at 7-2. So fancied players. And obviously it's been great to have their input, hasn't it?
It's been brilliant, you know, and it's great to see JV's name on there. He's watching from Spain in his villa, you know, and watching the 900. It's going to be great, and it's good to think that he's watching all this form of snooker. He's one of the great commentators in snooker. So, if you're watching, good to speak to you, mate. Look to see you soon.
And everyone across the board has gone roughly for the same players, you know, but it's a good selection of players to pick from.
We say it every week, don't we? It's the 900, expect the unexpected, but certainly some good bets maybe to be had tonight. Now, let's focus on the draw, because these two, well, one said the bottom half, one said the top half. Which one is going to be right? Let's focus on the matches then. The first four this evening, Jason Shaw, Fergal Quinn, 5-4, 4-7, a rematch from Monday. Martin Daypeck 13-8 against the weak favourite Patrick Wallace at 4-9. Mark Gray 4-5. Daniel Ward 10-11, and Wayne Townsend 4-5 with Hayden Stanley 10-11. So I guess looking at the odds, Neil, it looks like the bottom half is more difficult to predict.
Yeah, very much so. Those two matches are very hard games to call. You could have different views, but the top half is where the two winners came from. What's going to happen is all those selections you've seen from everybody, very soon there's going to be a red line through some of those, because this is the knockout section. There's nowhere to go tonight if you lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. I just kind of think that we haven't seen the best from Jason Shaw or Martin Daypeck. There you go. Got that right, Jay. So I don't think we've seen the best for them, and they are, if given a chance, their long potting has been as good as everyone else's. So, you know, Patrick Wallace can tend to start a bit slowly sometimes. So, you know, it's not cut and dry.
And for this format, obviously, it's a little bit more natural in terms of the 20 seconds versus, say, the shootout. So Patrick Wallace, he is a very slow player.
He is. No, he is. Listen, I played Patrick a few times, and he's one of the slowest players in conventional snooker that I ever played against. He's not as slow now. He's going to have to play quicker, isn't he? And that normally helps players who are slow.
You don't think he's slow?
I don't think he's that slow. I've played a lot slower players, but I mean, Wayne Townsend nearly made a couple of mistakes with the rest, and he was thinking a little. He's a quick player, but he's quick in the balls.
He was thinking as well that he's probably didn't have enough time when he had loads of time. Wayne Townsend.
Yeah, maybe, but I think the safety aspect of it doesn't come as quick to him. When he's around the balls, he sees it. Slam bam, thank you, ma'am. But when it comes to sticking the cue ball, he needs to map it and get the cue ball on a safety shot, either to the yellow bag or the green bag. He has to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, he said to me that he panicked. I saw him outside driving off, and he goes, "I panicked, Foulds." You know, I felt bad for him, really. But
he did panic.
He's a really good player
for him, because you went back to him tonight.
I want to know, who are these really slow players then? Name some names. You can't just say that. I've named
Phil
the
Williams,
names.
Lee Walker, Nick Barrett.
Sorry, we got one of them on the wall.
The list goes on.
You're right. All of those are terribly slow, actually.
Right, but that's not the competition tonight. The competition is who's going to tip the best acca, a winning acca. And I'll go to you first, seeing as you're up. If it was golf, you'd be teeing off after a winning acca last night.
Okay, well, I've just gone for the treble, because I think that bottom match is just horrible to pick. So I've gone Fergal Quinn, Patrick Wallace, Daniel Ward, pays 100 to 30, and I've left that other match out because it's just, even though I've got Wayne as my
okay,
backup.
You got it all covered.
I know.
Then.
I'm just trying to sort it.
Lee's gone down the sort of pro gambler tipping line thing, where you used to phone those numbers and the tips would come up at 5 minutes of waffle.
They're not the numbers you were phoning.
Well, I've took a bit of a hit tonight, you know, because I've gone. There were some tight games. I've got to stick with Jason Shaw, but I will be worried if it turned into a break fest, as I've said. Patrick Wallace, that's the one I think banker of the night. I think he'll beat Martin Daypeck. Mark Gray, I've got to stick with again, but I do think he can beat Daniel Ward. Yeah. And Hayden Stanland, I mean, my heart was with Wayne, but I think that Hayden is playing some brilliant stuff.
Can't be. You should always go with your mate. Surely.
Well, I don't think that's how gambling works.
No, listen, mates, come on.
Listen, I think you've got to go with your mate. I don't like any of the geezers that I've backed.
You've got to be ruthless, and you've been ruthless with those three.
Do you know what, folks? I think we're ready for the rules. They're the accas tonight. Good luck, fellas. And if you've never watched the 900 before, well, welcome. Great to have you on board. And this is what it's all about.
Good evening, you lovely snooker fans. These are the rules of the 900. A frame consists of 15 minutes, which is your 900 seconds. But players have to contend with a 20-second shot clock. There are no timeouts, but a referee can stop the clock if they think it disadvantages another player. Any foul gives you ball in hand, which allows you to place the cue ball anywhere on the table. If you don't pot a ball, you must hit a cushion. Otherwise, it's a standard snooker foul. If at the end of the frame the scores are tied, we enter deadlock and a blue ball shootout will decide the winner. And finally, folks, the break-off. After you've made contact with the reds, the cue ball must come past the pink spot. And that's it, folks. Don't take too long. Don't miss.
Well, it's such a popular format, this 900 Season 2, and we are slowly coming to the end. Our first match on finals night just around the corner. Final thoughts, Jason Shaw 5-4, Fergal Quinn 4-7.
I know Jason won the first night, but I've got to go Fergal after last night.
That's fair enough, but are the prices, you know, are they accurate? 4-7, that's short enough for someone who lost on Monday to the guys playing. But I'm very interested by this match, actually. I think it's an intriguing battle of proper snooker, pure snooker, and someone who's very canny and a world-class ball player.
All right, lovely. There you go. Teed up perfectly. Bring it on, the first match then on finals night here at the 900. We'll see you right after the break.
So good evening, you lovely snooker fans. Welcome to finals night, week 8. Season 2 of the 900. What a night. I can't help but feel very excited about tonight. And this opening match is, it just gets better after this.
I noticed Jason Shaw won the toss and decided to let Fergal Quinn break. I suppose if Jason broke, he'd have this tendency to just smash the balls all over the table like he does at Paul and see if he could fluke one, would he?
Yeah, it's not a bad break-off as well. I think he's covered the right-hand side of the table. I think we're just going to be seeing the dump shot again. Obviously, the dump shot is where they just put the cue ball on the black cushion.
Yeah, and I think, as I say, it's going to be very interesting to see if he can just counteract Fergal Quinn's obvious snooker skill. I mean, Wayne Townsend did it to Jason Shaw the other night, 40-odd in, and that was kind of game over, wasn't it, when that happened in the match they played in round 2, in the semi-final.
That's the way to play off the pack, isn't it? Screwing it just past that middle pocket. It's a little bit dangerous, though, isn't it? You don't want to catch the knuckle.
Yeah, you're getting greedy, like you say. You catch the knuckle and you look silly playing that shot. But if you hit it right and you shape it where he has, if anything, he's almost got too far across and he's not covered the left-hand corner, but of the bunch. But Fergal Quinn is someone that you might well see on the Pro Tour before too long.
See, spent quite a long time looking at that because he was always going to play off that edge of the pack, wasn't he? And he just had to rush that shot in the end.
Strangely, a lot of the 9-ball pool events, big events that Jason were playing, when you get to finals weekend, having played a week, they actually use a shot clock at the end of the tournament and not at the beginning, which I found odd, but I suppose it's because you've got the one table and you haven't got all the bleepers going off on the multiple tables. Might be the reason.
And that is a great pot to start off with, you see. He made his mind up straight away that that was the shot he was going to play, and then he took his time on that one shot.
No, it's a beautiful strike, and if he could carry on where he left off, it's a perfect way to begin. And if you played that kiss, it was an interesting shot. I don't think I'd have been playing it. Getting the pink put back into the bunch like that, but it may not be a problem.
I thought it was quite a clever shot because I think it was more difficult to slide past it and with the left-hand side playing up for the red above the black.
But now he's got to play that shot anyway, isn't he?
Yeah.
Down the left side, or he's got to go into them again, which I don't think he would do unless he really felt as if he felt lucky, you know.
So he'll probably try and hold it for that red above the black, but he's also got the...
That's the problem, isn't it, you see?
I was just about to say he's also got the red on the black cushion, though, so...
But that's a way that you can do that. You can just dig into it and hit the bunch when you're trying to miss the bunch, can't you?
Yeah, I thought he was just going to roll it, you know.
Might take him a bit close to the left corner, mightn't it? Anyway, he's got to play a cueing shot to recover. That's a good shot, although...
Oh, that knuckle!
13.
Yeah.
Sorry, Neil.
No.
Caught the knuckle.
Yeah, he got it right. I didn't think he should have played that initial shot with the pink, but anyway, he can still pot this.
Is he going for it? This is...
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot.
Brave.
That looked thin from here. But
that's why.
this is what these youngsters are like, though, don't they? They get half a chance there going for it. So is he playing this with a little bit of left hand? No, plain ball.
Not good again, is
21.
it? I think he's frightened of the pace of the table. It's so quick you can sometimes underhit, you know, on fast tables. You don't hit through the ball, and he's now got to play another good shot. So he's potting well, but his cue ball's not quite under control yet. He's kind of chasing this break a little bit, isn't he, to get primed again. He's not primed.
28.
Sometimes, you know, when you keep having to pot hard balls in a break, in the end something has to give. You can't keep doing it. This is another red up into the green bag. It's missable.
Yeah. He's good at this. Oh,
played it negatively.
Fargo Quinn, 28.
Well, he didn't fancy it, but it looks of how he did play it. Why has the cue ball ended up in the bulk like that?
Yeah. Still, he's got a nice little lead. Not left anything. Well, but maybe this is a shot to nothing. He's got to be careful with the reds on that side of the table.
I just saw danger on that left side, didn't you? I couldn't see how he could avoid both of those reds.
So, he's made his mind up. Surely he's got to play the... I mean, he's tall enough to reach this one, but he's leaving stuff. That's it. He's got to play the red there. He's got to play the red into the yellow bag. Otherwise, he's leaving everything.
But does he like the rest as much as playing leaning over the other red?
Being that tall, he probably doesn't like the red. But that's a good shot.
Well, you say that. It's a good shot. There's 10 minutes left, and if he's trying to hide behind 28 points, he'll lose.
No, but like you said, being that tall, maybe he hates the rest because he's never had to use it.
Well, play the other red then. He doesn't need the rest. The one that he refused.
Yeah, but it was a difficult one.
All I'm saying is, he was attacking and positive on that black that he cut in. He's not so far in front he can afford to.
Yeah, true.
To get into his bunker, not just yet.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Seen it all before.
Yeah. You've seen everything before, mate.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I don't know what point you're making there.
Well, no, I'm saying you've seen, and he's mucked up. Oh, he's hit it too thick. We were talking about this at dinner tonight. Got to be careful when you're playing the figure of 8 shot. You're playing with side, it pushes so thick.
Is that really what you were speaking about at dinner?
Well, a little bit.
Interesting chat. Right, now look, Jason, I think the good thing about finals night is you wouldn't really want any of the players not to have an opportunity, really, because they've done well to get here. A lot of expectation. Now Jason has got this chance. What can he do with it?
And we know he loves the pressure.
It's not a very good shot, you know.
And the cameras won't phase him either.
He's going to have to play this red, I think, down the cushion.
I think he's going to play safe, is he?
He's got to hit the cushion. He's going to get behind the yellow, maybe.
Jason Shaw, 8.
It's a great effort, but really he'd be annoyed. He had to pot the black, and any kiss but that one probably would have seen him okay.
Right. Cannot afford to hit this thick, and doesn't want to go in off in the yellow pocket. Just a thin snicket.
Not bad. The other thing, you might have thought that you best to keep a 9-ball pool player at long range because the tables aren't as big, which is fair logic, but from what we saw of Jason the other night, he can zip in long pots.
Yeah, he potted fantastic long balls.
It's a good shot that in the end, wasn't it? It's better than I first thought. It's run and run. This up and down. Safety. You've got a channel that you've got to hit down. That's good. That is a beautiful safety shot from Jason Shaw. That is as good as it gets for me.
Absolutely top notch. I mean, got in some trouble here.
Some of these shots like that aren't really shots that you see played in pool. You know, that was a beautiful snooker player shot.
What shot's he playing here? Well, I'm very surprised.
Oh, he's lucky, isn't he? He's really lucky. I don't know what he played, do you?
Yeah, I think it was a dead straight red there, but I mean...
He could go for the red below the black and get up the table out of harm's way for the yellow, because the yellow's not on its spot. It's in a good spot, so he can play a bit of almost hide and seek here. That's a horrid kiss.
1.
Deserved a better fate, that, you know. I think he's been unlucky twice. Jason Shaw here.
I mean, he potted it clean, didn't he?
This is tough though. This is not nice.
I wasn't sure whether he went for it or.
It was a bit half and half, wasn't it?
6.
Let's be honest. Now, did he? You know, I mean, do you really want to be playing this? I mean, was he rather the blues over the pocket and Fergal was playing this red? It's a bit of a reluctant hero on this one. He doesn't really want it. I think he's playing safe from it. Just doesn't want the red to follow the cue ball.
Shaw, 6.
I think he's unlucky there.
How fast is that table for that red? I couldn't see it getting there, could you?
I think he's really unlucky because he can only stick that red and it's gone all that way. Now he wishes he went for it in the middle. It's a bit nervy now, isn't it? I think
He's overhit it as well.
It's his finals night. What has gone before, now he's erased.
It's edgy for everyone down there.
Playing this play ball, he's got to miss yellow for years. And now he's put a little bit of stun on it. Good shot.
A little bit of right hand side Cecchino.
No, this is like a skating
6.
rink, this table, isn't it? And the difference between this and some of the old tables up at Prestatyn on that top floor up there, slow. I mean, tables, you have to take a run up to break off and get past the blue.
7.
The last thing they were quick.
Yeah,
They were like carpet with the hair on them.
absolutely. Fancy for this. It's a tricky little angle. As the pop goes in, he's got to be on a ball. Oh no!
I tell you what, he's
Fergal,
feeling it now
7.
down there. I mean, I just didn't see him missing that.
Well, I don't know why that surprises you, because it is a big night for everybody.
I mean, just 5 minutes left. There's nothing in it. I mean, one shot here, he's on the black.
One thing about Jason Shaw, you
1.
know he's got the bottle to win, but he didn't need that flick, and he's had 3 kisses that he could have avoided tonight already in this frame. If he doesn't hit that pink, he's on the red, on the black nicely to get for a red.
So he's just dropping this in. Taking the 8, mate.
4 minutes left. You know, he's
8.
sort of 4 pots away from being in front.
I mean, he's got a pot on here, but the cue ball is coming over to the left of these. It's just horrible, isn't it?
Well, if the pot goes in, doesn't matter, does it? But as you say, yeah.
Jason
Seems
Shaw,
to me that
8.
he's been punished for every mistake he's made tonight, actually. And now, Fergal Quinn has been at the, I think, even possibly the edgier of the 2 players. Now got his chance to get the match over with here.
Well, I mean, he's had the
1.
best chances, hasn't he? So
Yes.
surely you're taking 3 reds and 3 colours here. I'd be running that just for 3 reds and 3 colours. I'll be running every second down possible.
Well, we know the format is a great
7.
leveler, and it has kind of brought these 2 players in their respective careers, which are very different. It's brought them both quite close together tonight, but Fergal has been in the driving seat for the most part. Not won yet, but like you say, time is running down a little bit for Jason Shaw.
12.
Don't play that red.
I think he could probably try and chip this red in here and go up for the yellow, but don't make sure he hit a cushion, but he's done that comfortably. Now what does he do here, Jason? Does he? I mean, he can't get to the 3 reds to hit them, spread them out anyway.
I think he's got to go for this red down the rail, land on the yellow, but he needs to land tight on the cushion. Okay.
Oh,
He's played
this
with
is
safety.
a
What
shot
a
and a half.
shot this is.
Shot and a half. Now, what do? You don't want to move the 3 reds, but you're going to have to do something with them. Maybe if he drops onto the first red, does the other red cut to the right middle? You don't see many of these little drop shots here in this form, but some that'll hit a cushion, so it's all good.
I think you've got to aim for the red 2 above the pink. Just clip off that. That's the one.
Now he's leaving a possible double. They call it a bank shot, do they, in pool?
You could be right, mate.
So he's playing the bank shot.
You know, he's got to play it and split the others up. He's got to push the boat out there because he's got a minute and a half left and he's got to pot 6 balls at least. Seven balls. And that's if he takes blacks with everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is now or never. It's got to be something's got to give here. He's got to, as you say, he's got to go very deep into this, and he can't afford to mess around. I mean, as he realises he's running low on time because he should have hit this by now. Whatever he's playing, he's going to have to play it sharpish. I like what he tried though.
Yeah,
he's got a few moves,
effort.
hasn't he?
That was a good idea, wasn't it? But just run the 20 seconds down. Jason's already undoing his cue.
Yeah, well, it's the old stroke, isn't it? The old undoing your cue stroke. We've seen that in billiard halls, but I think in this case he knows he's doing it for the reasons that he knows he's beat a beaten man. And I do think that he didn't have much luck there. And I think that Virgil Quinn, it didn't quite happen for, but the snooker player is going to get through. Virgil Quinn is on a great run at the moment, and it looks like Jason Shaw's had enough. The great pool player Jason Shaw beaten by Virgil Quinn. Jason Shaw beaten, but snooker is the winner.
It's been a terrific start to finals night here at the Snooker Legends 900. Fergal Quinn, the first winner of the evening, joins in the studio. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
How is the heart out there? It's a different feeling finals night. There's a great buzz in the club.
That was horrendous, to be honest. Like, I didn't feel good at all there, but I'm just relieved to get that first match over me, and then hopefully I'll do the same as yesterday then, just make sort of 2 good visits to the table. But yeah, I'm relieved just to get through that first one.
Yeah, I mean, there's 8 of you in the first match. You could have been the first man out, and you're playing the man who beat you on the first night.
I know.
So
there's just sort of mental sort of things going on there with yourself. You know that's the only guy who's beat you so far in this, so the same could happen again. But I just had to trust that the way I played last night, if I do the same again, which I didn't, but luckily it just got me through in the end.
I think I have to say that Jason, you beat him fair and square there, but he's got a few good moves, and you can see, he's a great pool player.
Yeah, well, he's a legend of the pool game. So
he is, but he's got some shots.
You just have that belief in yourself as well when you know how good you are, and like, no matter what sport it is, I know it's not Trump's sport, but to still go out and mentally be able to beat Trump 9-0 still takes a lot. It takes a lot of belief in yourself. So,
have you ever had a crack at pool yourself?
Not really. I used to play in pool leagues when I was a lad, like just young, but it was something to do throughout the week to pass the time. But it's a tough game. Like the results are so anyone can beat anyone,
Well, it's been brilliant having Jason Shaw here at the 900 this week, and Foulds said in commentary that snooker is the winner in that match.
Snooker is the winner. 100%. Jimmy White's favourite expression when he doesn't know who's doesn't want to tip anyone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Be lovely to be in the grand final.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be something to look forward to as well. I'm just want to keep going out there, keep playing, and that's what I'm enjoying the most.
Yeah, and build on the confidence that you've had, over the last couple of days, and who knows, we might see in the final later on. Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
So there you go. Fergal Quinn is through, and the next match we'll be finding out who he plays. He could be playing a fellow Northern Irishman in Patrick Wallace, 4-9. They know each other well. He is the favourite. Will it be the man from Guernsey, Martin Day Peck, the outsider? 13-8. Let's find out with the boys in the box. Billy Castle now with Lee Richardson.
Thanks, Rachel. Billy's joined me, and they're good first round matches tonight.
Yeah, they're all good matches tonight, Lee. Tough to call tonight. Obviously, every match really tough to call. Winner.
Patrick Wallace to break.
Fergal's got through the first match as the main objective tonight. He'd be happy.
So you can see Nick Barrow sat there in the left of your screen. Thankfully, he's all right. As obviously we all know, he won last Wednesday night, but driving home. He's hit some water on the motorway and written his Aston Martin off, which is his absolute pride and joy. Luckily, him and Fang are both safe and well, but they are absolutely devastated.
Yeah, well, that is first things first. Like you said, Lee, they're both all okay. That's the main thing. And obviously they're going to demonstrate a better car, but life and health is more important than that.
Yeah, definitely. But did everything right as well. Wasn't speeding. It's just middle lane driving on the M1 as well.
It's just very dangerous driving it.
You've all got to be safe out there, folks.
It's a good shot from Paddy.
That's a great shot. What a start.
1.
Yeah, looks like the Shandies have kicked him. Just wondering now, Lee.
Took the pace out of that.
8.
Could open a few reds up. He could choose just to run through this red, play the safe option, or he could decide to
just play the sort of stun off and go up for the blue.
I think he's going to push right through the pack, yeah.
Topping it. Topping it.
9.
Didn't like that. There was a lot of pack to go through there.
Well, he didn't hit it as hard as he wanted to, neither. He didn't give it full conviction there. So that's why he's not landed anywhere. If you do go for that shot, and you've got to go full conviction on it, full-blooded.
I mean, it took quite a long time on
Patrick
the black,
Wallace, 9.
didn't he? And then sort of, the beeps were going, and it was just sort of a black off the spot. So this is where Martin's good. He's going to be going for this 100%.
Yeah, he did put some good balls on the opening night. A little bit rash, but yeah, Paddy's got a nice shot at the bottom of the pack to the right hand side. I think he's not seen it. He's going to go finish it, but he did have a nice shot. I need to play back up the ball for the yellow.
He's going full-blooded, mate.
One.
This is not a comfortable shot to be playing.
No, because if you do miss it, you can leave the black over the pocket, and a white's guaranteed he's going to be on a red.
Well,
there's a lot of pressure.
Never in doubt. Well, he said he was guaranteed to be on a red.
He is on red to the middle.
It's not easy, though.
It's very tough.
Especially when you've got a red just above the black like that, just sitting there.
Yeah, this is a tricky shot.
You could play low on the black here, though, couldn't you? Just to take a little bit of pressure off.
Oh.
Patrick Wallace, 8.
Yeah, I'll tight these middles back. Lee, sorry.
Forgiven. Right, what's he got here then? He's got a red to the middle.
Got a red up to the green pocket. You could follow the white through as well. Be on the yellow. It's not a shot to nothing because he could leave the red that he's playing, or he could screw it back as he's doing.
There's a red that side of the table as well.
Oh,
that was half a decent effort.
Oh, he's left one in for Paddy. He didn't want the cue ball to come back this far, Lee, did he? He wanted to leave it lower than this, so he wouldn't have had this red to go at, but now he has.
Again, he's going to be cannoning into reds here. If you don't pot this, you're leaving the world.
1.
Beautiful.
Yes. So set him down if his black goes in.
Yeah, building a nice lead now.
8. 9.
That's a nice little cannon there. Paddy's played.
Yeah, it's got lovely touch.
Yeah.
14.
green. Oh, no,
15.
just crept in.
You know, I bet he on the shot lead thought he was going to admit that was going to bounce back out. Played just off the bottom cushion, a bit of check side lead back up for the Reds. He has played that shot, the check side shot, but where the white ball's a bit different. It's thrown straight into the Reds.
Yeah.
20.
I remember playing a shot like one of the nights I played there. I just meant to miss the Reds, but I didn't. I went straight into the Red. Believe it or not, it's tougher.
He did mention on Monday night, he said, he said the white ball just caught him out a couple of times. You know, when he clattered into all the balls that were safe.
Yeah.
He said, it shouldn't be the angle for it at all. But,
Patrick
he's built
Wallace.
a nice lead.
20.
Doesn't want a big bounce here. That's okay. So he's probably just going to play off the edge of this red on the right hand side and just back up somewhere behind the brown, green or brown. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was a good shot there. Might be forcing him taking the pot on early.
So, playing the red nearest the pocket. Oh my word, what a great shot that is.
What a shot.
Shot of the night so far.
So far, it's definitely there. This is a great chance now, Lee. He's already established a 45-point lead.
8.
This is where you
9.
make the balls, isn't it? Just I can't see him not winning the frame at this visit. Just needs to miss that red on the black cushion.
He looks very
16.
good tonight so far, Lee. He's not done nothing wrong at all, has he?
No, he's played safe when he's had to. Shot
17.
that nice.
Yeah, just how like tonight he's striking the ball even better than he did first night, Lee, when he won it Monday. He's got the knack of the cue ball, as we should say. This game looks like it could be over very soon, Lee. 61-point lead.
24.
74 remaining. So red colour. Martin will need a snooker.
Well, red-black.
25.
So if he got the pink lead, 68 in, it was 67 on. Should not work that one out?
I'm not looking at it to tell you the truth. 62, 69. Yeah. Just this black. If you're playing for the pink, Billy, you play for the pink.
Yep, that's a frame of it. So just drop this red in now, Lee.
32.
The game's out of reach for Martin, I'm afraid.
The first bagel in of the night.
Yeah,
33.
I did fancy, say, Ferguin and Paddy to play each other in the semis. You know, nothing in this format, Lee, is a given though, that's for sure. But that's going to be a good semi-final matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, very good. Of course, these are two of the matches in my treble.
40.
So if you've had a treble tonight, it's looking pretty good at the moment. I mean, listen, Mark Gray is no slouch at all, but I couldn't back him again with a dodgy thumb like I did on
41.
Monday night that I didn't know anything about.
You certainly know about it now. Make note, Paddy will want to clear the table fairly.
Yeah, it's just time at the table, he's having a bit of practice for the rest of the
48.
night. Why not take your time now, just get a good break under your belt, get the grips of the cue ball and the table.
49.
But you can see why he's like one of the best seniors we've ever had. He's at the business end of all the tournaments.
Yeah, he's very, very consistent. He always has been a consistent player.
56. 57.
To set the standard for tonight, Lee. It certainly has.
Well, he'll start favourite against Virgil, for sure.
I'm not sure if anyone's told Martin, but if you get a bag on final night, you've got to buy everyone in the bar a drink, Lee.
63.
Oh, what a shot.
I best get down to the bar.
64.
He just wants to screw this past the middle pocket.
I think he might actually have just missed the middle pocket, you know.
Well, just run it in, drop it in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's missed the black.
Patrick Wallace, 64.
There you go.
And the free.
Patrick Wallace, second man through to the semi-finals. We'll get him in the studio straight after this break.
Welcome back, folks, to the finals night of the 900, and we're set up for an all-Ireland, all-Northern Ireland semi-final with Patrick Wallace coming in. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Richardson.
They were all seem to be going in tonight, well, most of them anyway.
Yeah, I'm obviously chuffed to beat such a good player as Martin, you know, without giving him too many chances. I was a lot more nervous tonight. I think it's when you're playing on Monday night, you know, you've got two chances. When you're playing on Wednesday night, you know, it's you lose and you're out. So a lot more nervous tonight. So happy to play reasonably well and get a comfortable win.
You didn't give him any chances. I don't know about many chances. You didn't give him any. I don't think he's had a shot at a red.
Yeah, he had one tricky red length of the table into the green pocket that he missed. Where he could have got in.
Yeah.
He actually put me in a lot of trouble there, and I knew I was going to leave him some sort of shot, and luckily for me, he missed it.
You had to put a couple of tricky ones where you were going into the pack, a couple of thin, skinny ones that it's easy to rattle those and split the pack and like leave him everything. Yeah. So I mean, you've held your nerve well.
It's easy for me to rattle a black of the spot. Never mind rattle one of those.
And we've had shot of the evening so far tonight. I think we've got it to look at.
Yeah, it's on the way. And a lovely start to a 64 break, Patrick.
Yeah, I had no other shot. I had no safety shot. I didn't even have a dump shot, so I just says I'm going to have to go for this, and wriggled a few times, but got there anyway.
As a snooker player, sometimes you know there's a lot of thinking going on, and you think, well, I've got no other shot. Your mind is made up. Does that make it easier?
You see a lot more of those balls potted because you know in the back of your mind. Sometimes you're doubting yourself: is this the right shot? Is this the wrong shot? Should I be going for this or not? But sometimes when you're forced into it, you've clarity of thought, and you just go, well, I've no other shot, so nobody can slag me off on TV for going for the wrong shot.
Hold on, that might still happen.
No, it'll definitely happen, no doubt about that, but not on that particular shot.
I've got to ask you about playing Fergal Quinn. I had Fergal in the studio last night, and he was saying that potentially you could meet in some amateur event in the final, but you're going to be meeting here in the semi-final. You know Fergal very well.
Very well, yeah. He's. I was here last night watching all of the evening session, and he was scary how good he was. Like century in the semis, another wonderful break in the final. He's had a few tough losses in the shootout and in this, and he just got over the line in his first match against John, and I sort of felt like the shackles might come off, and they certainly have done so far. It's an incredibly tough game for me, but I'm absolutely delighted that a player from Northern Ireland will be in the final. That's brilliant.
Well, listen, two of you are in the semi-final. We wish you both the best of luck, and no doubt they're all watching, plenty tuning in.
Plenty watching at home in Northern Ireland, so thanks for all the support, guys.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, and well done to Patrick Wallace. So, bottom half, let's get the other two quarterfinals underway. We start with Mark Gray 4-5 against Daniel Ward 10-11. So back to Billy and to Neal in commentary.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Welcome back.
It is ahead, Mark. You won the toss.
Quarter-final and finals night week 8 between Mark Gray and Daniel Ward.
Mark Gray to break.
And it's Mark Gray, Neal, who's going to get us underway.
Yeah, good evening, Billy. That's an interesting match. It's not dissimilar to the first match, Paul v Snooker, although, of course, Mark Gray, well, we have mentioned it a million times, but if you have watched the first time, he did once beat Jimmy White in a ranking event live on Sky, so, you know, he is a snooker player really at heart, although we know he's had a few issues. He's a pool player, he's had problems with a bit of an injury recently. So we'll just see how it all goes. Two lefties up against each other. Good start.
1.
Yeah, Daniel's very good at them shots. He does knock a lot of them balls in. It's going to be a good matchup. So two very good left-handed players and be a good game.
Oh dear. Oh dear. He's not played his best, has he? Let's be honest. You know, Daniel Ward. I mean, he went in off all those times first night, but got away with it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he put a quick one in there to me on that brown.
He was lucky there. I mean, you go into the bunch and you miss the brown. You have that half-stopping moment where you think, oh, I've done the lot.
The black back up. So Mark Gray might have a chance at potting this red here.
He's always had that very fast cue action, Mark Gray, you know, even when he was playing snooker, you know, he's a little bit quick through the ball, but it's always worked for him. Bit sort of Mark Allen-ish, really. You know, he hits the ball.
1.
Daniel had to be careful there, because very close to the yellow of his shirt sleeve, but he's okay. So he can play this pink screw back. He's got two reds back into the left corner pocket. Decided to play the roll in.
Seven.
It's good to be in early with a chance like this, isn't it? You know, this red's below the bunch,
8.
above the black there, which popped to the left corner. It's a handy in. Yeah, so not dead straight on it. You might have to run it through off the cushion on those two reds. He played on there.
14.
Not a great shot, was it?
No, it wasn't very good. He only had to drop the pink in there. So now he looks like he's forced to play a safety shot.
It looked good to me. Maybe the angle wasn't quite as just off straight as I thought at first.
Dan Ward, 14.
That way over here. Players are still coming a bit unstuck by the table being quick, and if anything, it seems to look quicker over the weeks. Most tables don't go that way. This one has stayed rapid. So I think, if nothing else, Mark Gray can take it some heart from the fact that Daniel Ward's been in twice, and he hasn't really made anything that's going to hurt him that much.
No, he's only 15 points behind. He's had two good opportunities so far.
Oh, not again, surely.
Oh, wow.
He's quite lucky, isn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, you might say he's played it well, but even if you leave it over the pocket and doesn't go in, you haven't really played it well.
I bet he's got a smile on his face after that shot.
Well, Mark is just searching for that chance, isn't he? Hoping that if he's patient enough, it'll come. And he's been playing 5 minutes and he's had nothing really to go at.
Yeah, that was a decent shot though from Mark.
Where's this? Oh, that's actually okay.
Yes, another nice safety shot. Good shot. But Mark will try and block off the side of the table here.
there's a shot to get him behind the yellow here, but it's very hard to actually judge it to perfection. He's played it well, actually. It's another very fine safety shot.
Yeah, what
Look
a
at
shot
this.
that is.
I don't know if there is maybe a route to the right side. If so, Mark's a little unlucky to leave it.
Yeah, very unlucky to leave that.
So Rhiannon Evans there. Daniel Ward partner. 12 times world champion. Well, he took a long time on that, and he actually got into it too much.
Yeah, so now he's running into reds here after this pink.
Big shot. Big shot.
Yeah, he's not too sure where the cue ball's going to go.
Well, he went for it, and he knew the consequences of missing the shot.
Mark Gray,
he might be paying those consequences now.
Yeah, this is the third opportunity downwards ad now. So we'd like to start making the most of these chances. Does that red go one black? I don't think it. No, it doesn't go.
It doesn't
So
7.
not sure what he's played on here.
He screwed back into reds, basically, was what he played, wasn't it? I don't think there was a big plan, was there?
Because there was a red just below the black spot there.
So that he's had all these chances, and he's got 21 in front now. You know as well as I do that sometimes this game can come back to bite you. Your opponent might just get one chance and make enough. So he's not hurting Mark Gray enough. Not yet, not with what he's achieved. It's all a bit nervy, isn't it? Mark played he's playing all the safety shots you can think of here, isn't he? Look at this shot again.
Yeah, he's certainly playing some good safety shots. Obviously when he's in, it's the pot that's going to count.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. I know he's hit the ground, but he still played it well.
Yeah, very well.
Brown could be a big target. You know, Mark Gray's safety is good. Can he slip in behind brown and yellow here on this shot? Well, it's not quite that fast this table. It was racing up there, but not finishing in behind those balls.
Yeah, just seeing if Dan could play the shot now.
It's quite thin, isn't it, from this angle?
I thought we could have played the red by the black spot and swung it around the 3 cushions in behind it. Dan there. He could have the gap to play that shot.
Well, he's playing another shot where he doesn't really know the cue ball. Doesn't know the cue ball here where it's going to finish if this goes in. Well,
it's running.
He just touched the pink on the way through there.
1.
Well, he's got the snooker if he's clever, and I know he is clever, in behind yellow, brown hitting cushions. That's all right. I think it's a snooker.
Mark Gray, 1.
Looks as though, it looks as though on our screens it's a snooker, but we can't quite tell.
It's got to be, isn't it? It has to be.
He doesn't want it the black here. Oh, he's definitely. He's
aiming across.
Yep.
Well, he wants to hit something. He wants to hit something, Billy.
Oh, is that running?
Foul.
Didn't.
Mark Gray, 4. Ball in
Can't
hand.
afford to leave it short. I think he'd rather leave something than the ball in hand here. The only thing I would say is with the black tied up, I don't think ball in hand can free the black.
One.
Don't think he had a shot there to free the black. I don't see how he could have done it.
I'm not trying to look at him. The red's round, it doesn't go anywhere.
Lee saying something about freeing the black in the background. I don't know, you must be watching different games.
Yeah, you can free the black here though, Neal, like that. That's a nice shot. If he's on this top red, is he on this? It doesn't look like he's on it. Might have been a bit unfortunate there. But I don't think he had a shot there, Neal, like you said, to free the black up.
And if he's on this, he's tight. Maybe a trace on this, trace aside. Yeah, the little short cue action worked from there. Now he's going up the table. So he's going to get nervy. If this goes in, there's nothing in the frame, basically. And here, you know, you go all around the angles. There's so many balls. I mean, the brown and blue where they are, they're a massive target. It just felt like they're unavoidable.
Yeah, and now he's put himself in trouble.
Goodness me, look where they finished.
Oh, he's put himself in all sorts of trouble here.
He's snookered himself. He doesn't want to do the same as what Daniel did here.
Oh, this is going to slide.
No, I think he'll be okay.
Yep.
Very good shot.
Mark Gray,
very good
13.
shot.
I'm just wondering if Daniel could play this shot, have a go at this red and stand up into the redder left of the black here and leave the black as cover, but he's not. It's obviously too thin to play.
I think it's one of those shots he might play if you're a few behind, but he's not willing to take that risk because he could do his brains if he misses it, I suppose. And you know this is going to go down to the wire. It's got that feel about it, Billy, I think.
Yeah, certainly. I think Daniel had 3 good opportunities. He didn't build up a great lead really with them chances.
Look at this safety shot again. This is top class safety. Shaping it figure of 8 round the angles. That's another. He's played some beautiful shots here. Defensive shots, you know.
Yeah, Daniel's a bit of trouble. I think could be tempted to, Oh, it's the wrong red for me. He might have got away with it, Neal.
Well, the cue ball's got limped up past the blue spot, hasn't it? But there's nothing in this. He might just play this to run away, put it and screw back out of harm's way here. Pot's tough. The cue ball, he wants to get back to safety. Yeah, if you get close to the pot, you automatically, you get the rest of the shot, the cue ball, don't you, to work for you. So there's nothing in it.
Yeah, it's a bit tight finish this frame.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Daniel is, like I say before, he is very good at these type of shots. We just got to float them in.
Well, good job the green was there. You know where that was ending up. Can play the up and down safety from the left hand red here, I think.
Yeah, he's not. Well, he's looking at it now.
I think he's going to have to play that, whether he likes it or not. It's a safe haven, isn't it? Back to the bulk end. All his safety shots are really. That cue ball's heading into a dangerous place.
Creeping behind the blue here.
He's played some good shots here. Now he's left him out awkwardly over the yellow as well. He's put him in a world of trouble. I mean, I know Daniel's still in front, but he's been put through the ringer a bit, hasn't he? That's a good shot. Very good.
Yeah, that's a good reply. That shot there, Neal.
Very good frame this, the way they're both playing it out. Well, what's the shot here? There's no safety shot here, surely.
Where's the cue ball?
That's unlucky.
Oh.
Foul.
To me, that's unlucky because I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to pop the red and just hide the cue ball. You couldn't play that enough, could you? If you wanted to.
No, I'm with you on that one. That was very unlucky. But I mean, Daniel, after this week, what's happened to him, he was dewing it off and the ball in hand.
Yeah, I think that should be the decisive blow. Mark Gray looks very disappointed. Again, can't see that he's done loads wrong, but he's played good safety. I thought he tried to play a good shot there, but ultimately went off. So it's his own error, if you like. But I still think a bit unlucky. But I'm sure that's going to be the end of it now.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. There's only 1 minute. 15 left. So have a little wander around, just use the clock up here.
Yeah, I mean, every pot should take 15, 17 seconds off because you've only got to get yourself ready for the next shot a few seconds later and time is running out. It's been a good frame this. It's very interesting the way it's panned out.
And that is definitely match ball, Neal. There's going to be no comeback from that. Yeah, he's not going to get 6 pots in, is he?
No. Got in front and basically held on.
Yeah, Mark Gray was lucky to play some very good safety in this
13.
match. Unfortunately, not to create a better chance than he did for himself, but you know, it's Dan Ward that's going to be in the semi-finals.
Well, they have it. The pool players have been sent packing tonight. It's Daniel Ward who has made it through to tonight's finals semi-final. We'll be hearing from him after the break.
Third winner of the night joins us in the studio, and that is Daniel Ward. Dan, well played.
Thank you very much.
Delighted
Cheers.
with the win, I'm sure.
Yeah, never seen it in my life, but yeah, not bad.
It was a great match to watch, a great frame of snooker.
Yeah.
There was a lot of very good safety there.
Yeah, a lot of good safety. I was just hoping I had a bit of a chance, and I did in the end. But yeah, up to get over the line.
Yeah, I mean, he did put you in a lot of trouble, as Rachel says, you know, a few times. He was always getting that cue ball on the cushion and
Very
also
good,
behind balls, you know. You must have had to show a bit of patience yourself.
Yeah, I had a bit of patience, but when I gave him ball in hand, I thought, oh, could be the end of me. But he scored 13, lucky for me. And actually, a few more safeties and got back in.
Well, your safety ended up winning it, because if you remember rightly, you put him in a lot of trouble. He tried to play sort of a pot-come-dump shot and then went in off. I suppose a bit unlucky, but, you know, that was end of match for you. You weren't going to miss that chance.
Well, hopefully not. I've been in off now 5 times in 3 games, so to see one from my side is quite happy about that.
Listen, as snooker players, you know, I think you don't really believe that the luck will come back on you, but it does eventually. Yeah. And obviously it's one step at a time, but it would be brilliant to be part of the grand final, wouldn't it?
Yeah, amazing. I'm not thinking about that yet. It's one step at a time.
I know.
Yeah.
And we spoke a little bit about you playing for England, the World Cup, and all of those days. And obviously there's a lot of chat about you being a really, really good player, you know, very talented. Where did it go wrong? I mean,
I weren't practicing enough, and all weekend you'd be out the house, travelling up and down the country, and then I kind of realised I weren't good enough. I can't not practice and play tournaments. That makes sense. So I just stopped playing, and that's it. End of the story, really. Just
any regrets on that?
A bit, but I can never look back.
I think with this game, the stars have to align. You know, you have to have your bit of luck. You have to be good enough. You're clearly a good player. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to have the breaks. You know, I don't mean the 50 breaks. You know, breaks in where your career goes. Yeah. You know, it's tough, isn't it?
It's tough. I mean, years ago I was playing some good players, and I realised I wasn't good enough for them. And they was only like top 64, earning a few peanuts here and there, but I just want to get a job.
Okay, all right.
End of story.
And get a job, and you can join us at the 900 and enjoy your snooker, which is all about.
More, yeah. I mean, if best of 9 here, I'll probably stay at home. I can't win the best of 9 because I'm not good enough, but 15 minutes, who knows?
He's playing the not good enough. You know, we know the old tricks. Yeah, the old I'm going to lie low and trouser the 10 grand on the 22nd. Like that old stroke.
Yeah, and one step at a time.
Yeah. No.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great to see you through. So there you go, Dan Ward into the semi-final, the second semi-final of the evening. One more spot in this evening's semi-final. Wayne Townsend 4-5, or will it be Hayden Stanland 10-11? Let's find out with the guys. Back to the arena we go.
Thank you. Wayne?
Yes, thank you, Rachel.
Do you want to toss?
And welcome back, snooker fans, to our 4th quarter-final on Week 8 finals night.
Hayden Stanland to break.
It's Hayden Stanland that's going to get us underway against Wayne Townsend. And Lee, I don't know about you, but this is the game I've been looking forward to for the first rounders.
Yeah, and this is the match I stayed away from in the you know, when I was picking the matches earlier and they want me to pick an acca, and I was thinking a treble is slightly easier to pick than to leave this one out, because you've been practicing with Hayden all day, mate, and he's been picking balls out for you, and I just thought maybe he's slightly, until today, but in better form than Wayne, but I just couldn't pick one between them. This is an even match. What do you think?
Yeah, it's very tough. I mean, it'd be a tough in a normal competition to call a winner out of these two, you know, on standard, and the way that they play similar games. You know, they play at a good pace. They both take their shots on. They got very similar games, Lee.
Yeah, they both score well, don't they?
Yeah, they score well, so it's a tricky one to call. I mean, I suppose it's had the bits of run of the green here and there tonight, maybe, and I mean not even massive flukes, just a little flick here and there, or run of the ball behind a colour. It's not going to take a lot. Yeah, it's a tough one to call. It's probably a 50-50 for me. I did think Wayne was good on night one though. I thought he was very impressive, and I thought Aidan was impressive last night. Equally impressive. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. The rub of the green.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, he can see this red though, can't he? But you don't want to miss it altogether because you're trying to.
You don't want to hit it too thick, like cup cannon into the pink or something.
Yep. You've got to hit this perfect. Just a skinny one. Yeah, nicely
done. A nice shot from Wayne there. Like we say, it's so hard to judge that shot there, Liam. He's played it lovely.
So from two good potters, they're playing some good safety here.
Oh, he's got attacking.
And that's a good attacking.
And he's got a good cue ball. So at the minute, so Wayne got off his sleeve there. So to catch these right as well, Lee.
Yeah, he's going to be playing this red into the black, so that will stop the red going anywhere.
There's the cue ball.
Oh, that's not in the pocket, surely. It's going to be sick as a pig as if it is.
Foul.
Oh.
Hayden Stanleyland 4. Ball in hand. Start the clock, please.
Just trying to look here, Lee. Yeah, 'cause the black and pink are not in a good position. He's got to hurry up. It's taking a lot of time over this. So you can't put the black back on the spot because there's a red there. So he might just play for the pink, but then the pink's... What's that going to go on the brown spot?
The brown spot. Maybe.
1.
Yeah.
I know it's an opportunity, but he's going to have to work.
Yeah, it's not an easy one though. Wayne's looking a bit miserable there, but it's not an easy opportunity, and he's missed. He scored 1 from ball in hand.
Hayden Stanleyland 1.
That wasn't good, Lee. So Wayne's a reprieve straight away, yeah?
1.
He's going to be extremely happy, isn't he?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, did Aidan try and get free the pink spot there, Lee, on that shot? Or?
6. Seven.
Yeah, that's a nicely played shot as well there from Wayne. Yeah, so Wayne's going to play this one with the rest here, because he's not good on the red in the middle. I mean, he could have dropped that red in to the middle and played on the pink. That was a tricky 2 shots.
13.
He's trying to keep it as simple as possible, but it's just it's hard work at the moment because, you know, as you know, everyone's been running out of position a little bit. When you've got to keep going up and down the table, it's difficult not to land perfect every time.
Yeah, that's going to overrun for that red
15.
there. He's hit that nice as well. Just come around and look at this. That's a plant. It's not. So
again, this is
not
thinner than he
easy.
wanted. Thinner than he wanted.
And his bridging's not great over that red. He's pushed it thick into the pocket.
Wayne Townsend 15.
I think Aidan can see the pot on angle of this.
Got to be careful he doesn't hit the pink or black here, Billy. And he's caught it too thin.
Yeah, that's not a good shot. He tried to catch it thin to miss. To play the one cushion, bottom cushion back up to bulk.
It's still not easy to get out from this corner pocket, is it? He's got to get the cue ball up and out of there.
I hope it doesn't grip too much like that. And Lee, he's not snooking himself, is he?
No,
One.
You can see the blue and the yellow.
Oh, he could have quite easily been snooking on all colours there.
Yellow ball.
This is going to be a tense finish to this one, Billy.
Wayne Townsend 1.
They're both happy with each other for not scoring anything here.
Yeah. I mean, Aiden could be tempted to screw this reds. White off the knuckle. Get the black out.
Get the black out, get the pink out.
Yep.
Give it the big Yahoo.
Full Monty. Like that.
Right. Well, he has done. Thing is, he's not the blue safe now.
And the black's come up the ball, but that's a good attacking shot from him.
Yep.
That's good intent. Well, you've got to be careful he doesn't catch this red thick as well.
He's nudged the red over the pocket.
But I think
Has he
got
got the
cover
cover?
again. I think he got cover last time, and I think he got cover again, you know, Lee. He's been a
Well,
bit
has he? The blue's the hamper there now, though. I think he
I'd like to see a shot on
can
this.
get through to this, but it's like hampered by the blue.
Yeah, you can see it. But
He's got to get the cue ball out there as well.
It's not easy. You just got to concentrate on the pot here, which he has. And
It's just going from bad to worse. This is.
they're both not having.
They're both not having
it,
any luck. Well, listen.
Still
Aiden had a good
6
chance
minutes
at the beginning. They were born in hand and just didn't.
Wayne had a chance as well straight after that. So it's even behind the brown.
Hayden Stanleyland 1.
How's that kept running past the brown?
Word.
Is the table running quicker tonight than all week, do you think?
It just looks rapid. Especially when you watch it down there live. Absolutely rapid.
Yeah, it does. It does look quicker live as well.
Oh, that's a good pot.
1.
This is a nice positional shot.
5.
Wayne's got a few fans down there. He's got the missus with him. He's got Ray Grail.
Yeah, and a couple of our friends that have come with Ray. He's got his missus down there, Larissa, that takes him everywhere.
Six.
Yeah, no, this is a good opportunity for Wayne.
Yeah, get this pink
Just
on
after
the
2
spot.
cushions here, to be honest. Get the red back to the middle. He'll have a red into the black pocket.
Twelve.
How it
13.
keeps running. He's not played for the blue here because he's hampered over the black. He's played for the black here, Lee, and that's how fast it's gone on.
Ramble.
Yeah, I mean, over it. I mean, this is missable. We've seen a couple of these missed already tonight. I think Daniel Ward missed one. Nice shot.
Is he on the reds? Gonna keep running? I think he has.
17.
Or his head just dropped a little bit.
No, I don't think he's on it.
So we have to play the one at the bottom here, Lee, but play it back. So you know, if you get back in the ball, you could be on the blue here. So play a good cue ball.
Yeah, there's still 4.5 minutes though. You know, he's not scored enough, is he, from where he was a second ago?
Wayne Townsend 17.
You know, it's a decent shot to nothing, but where he was with the red into the middle.
I just think Wayne's had a little bit of better rub of the green Lee.
You're definitely on that shot. So he's going to try and play 2 cushions, lay on the bottom of the red. This, how well is he at this?
Yeah, that's a good shot.
So it's kept him in it.
Still
Just
time.
Just under 4 minutes left.
Trying to get him beyond the green here, is he? Is that as pacey? And now he has left a shot here for Aiden to come around the swing it around the angles. He will be on the blue. This is a lovely shot to play, Lee. Oh, he's on the pink to the middle.
What a cannon and a kiss he's had there. I want to see Wayne's face now.
Oh.
He's had a shrug of the shoulders there.
So this is a chance that Aiden's been waiting for.
7.
20 points in it now.
Yeah,
3 red, 3
Wayne's
pinks.
not happy, but, you know, he's had a good chance in the balls twice.
He did, and he played it. He over it, the safety shot there, to leave him that long red. You know, he's knocked in a nice long red lead, so sometimes when you knock in a nice ball, I know he's not get a kiss like that, but he would have been on a ball colour.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits the red full in the face, the white ball sticks where the red was, but he's called it half ball and just landed perfect.
And that word, if Lee, is the biggest word in the world. Oh, I'll tell you what, he's not played this great. He didn't play that great.
14.
Yeah, but he's still going, he's still on it.
$15.
Is he on the black? Would you play the black?
He's not looked at that. So he's going to play it off to 2 cushions here. That's a nice shot, Lee. That was a good queuing shot, that.
Yeah. It would have been easy to hit.
But do one of these 2 reds go? It don't look like they go, Lee, to me. So he's have to play. Not sure.
I think the top one goes into the right-hand black pocket.
Yeah, to the other side.
And he's played a great positional shot there. I mean, is he just the right side of that? Maybe the bottom one goes into the... That's what he's had a look.
So if it does go, it's in his hands.
Yeah, that's what he's played for. Bottom red goes into that corner back.
Does it? Because that don't look like it's run far enough to me.
25.
Well, we're going to find out in a second. We're going to find out.
Oh,
from that angle, that looks good. Oh, he's played this break well.
Yeah, that's match ball.
Yeah, he's going to take his 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing, yeah. Wayne will be sick though, Lee.
Wow.
We said it was a 50-50 game, Lee, and it's come down to the last ball. Why is he hit that hard?
He wanted to get on the last red, but he wants to finish with the flurry.
Doesn't he need to play this shot, Lee, does he? Well, it's game over.
Well, there you go. Wayne Townsend's
Hayden
going to be sick.
33 and the match.
So there's our semi-final lineup. Hayden Staniland joins them. We'll get him in the studio straight after this break.
Semi-final lineup done, and we are looking forward to a great finish to finals night. Congratulations to Hayden Staniland. Well done. That was a brilliant comeback.
Thank you. Yeah, I messed up the ball in hand to start the frame. I got the chance early doors and I messed up, made a complete mess of it. And then thankfully he stuck the long red out at the end and I had to go for it. 3 minutes left and luckily it went in. Nice little kiss and then I did the rest. So yeah, nice.
You finished it off great. And you think about the ball in hand now, but the best way to think about it is what you did in the last bit of the match.
Yeah.
I think that I was looking at the situation Wayne was in. He didn't know what to do, but he was determined to play down to the bulkhead. I think he could have pushed the red down and got the cue ball behind the black, but it's so hard to think of those shots at that time, especially with someone like you behind him who's going to knock in a long pot. I think that made him a little bit unsure.
That's what the format does to you. You know, like if you get a lead, you're trying your best to you don't know whether to defend it or whether to keep going, or it plays with your mind, and especially when the clock's ticking down. But it happens to all of us, and I mean, to be fair, apart from that, Wayne didn't really do anything wrong.
No.
It took me to knock a good long red in to get in, really.
And I think as well, sorry Neil, I think obviously he would have been sick because he I'm sure in his mind he felt like he was through to the semi-final, but he gave you a lovely hug at the end there. Was played in great sport. To be fair, like that was, I'm sure he's disappointed.
I'm sure he is, and you know, obviously me and Wayne get on really well. You know, I know him really well, and when the draw came out last night, we were straight on the messages to each other. You know, it was. You know, it was always going to be played in a good spirit, but yeah, he was unlucky to be fair. But you know, I took my chance really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can be in front for 14 minutes, doesn't matter. You know, you've got to be in front at the end. I think what Hayden said there is a good point. You know, you don't know sometimes quite out whether to stick or twist. You get a few in front, you see some time left, and you think, what do I do? But you've got to be positive for the most part. There is a time to shut up shop, isn't there?
Yeah.
But that comes quite late in the piece.
It does, yeah. I mean, you know, like I say, you can do it too early, and then it can come back to bite you. So, you know, there's no right or wrong way to play. But
no, you're doing it all right though.
Hopefully, I keep going. Yeah.
Mum and Dad back tonight again?
Yeah. They'll probably be crying after that. Yeah.
I'm sure they'd love to see you in the grand final, as you would love to be there. We wish you the best of luck in your next match. And congratulations to Hayden. He'll play Daniel Ward in the second semi-final of the evening, and the first semi-final, well, it's an all Northern Ireland affair. It's Fergal Quinn 10-11 up against Patrick Wallace 4-5. So let's get back then to the arena and over to you, Lee, in commentary.
Thanks a lot, Rach. This is a great lineup semi-final. Two boys from Northern Ireland, and we've got the experience of Patrick Wallace and the
Fergal
youth
Quinn to break.
of Fergal Quinn. So Fergal Quinn breaks off. I think he broke off earlier as well, and it was a good break off. I think he's absolutely nailed the white ball to the bolt cushion here. Very nice indeed. So I think this could be just a dump shot. Going to place the white ball on the black cushion, just going to roll it through. This red, oh, he's caught that all wrong and found a gap, and he's really got away with that one.
Good evening again, Lee. Sorry, I actually jumped into that interview there. I didn't mean to. It was your turn, and I do not want to upset you.
Mate, you can't upset me.
No, because it was your turn. But I hadn't spoken to Hayden before, and I wanted to speak to him. Actually, it's not it. I forgot.
Then you didn't want to speak to him. Is that what you're saying?
No, I did. But you know, what I don't want to do is upset you, because that'd be not a good thing.
Listen, I like the fact that you're keen. You know, it's like you haven't done enough shifts today.
Well, yeah.
Got a good shift tomorrow, though, son.
Well, it's a good shift tonight. We're going to find the next winner. Tomorrow's another day.
Well, are we in tomorrow yet?
No.
Anyway, this is they both know each other's games very well here. So he's eyeing up this long red. He has got a path back to bolt, but it's not easy.
Terrific pot, isn't it? He was going back to bolt, wasn't he? But even then, you know, he's not got right the way back there, so he had to go in, really.
Yeah, it's a great pot.
And all these shot to nothings, you know, most of the time, you don't know where the ball that you are going to miss is going to end up. So nothing's really a guaranteed shot to nothing, is it? Not in snooker, not really.
And he's hit
the ball over the pocket.
He's hit this one well as well.
I don't know what he can't get on pink or black. I mean, it's going to be like if you got 25 here, you'd be pleased with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe he can play this into the middle, get on the blue. I don't think he's going to go in the pack, but if he wanted to make the back break a little bit easier, he could do with the pink and black out.
Trouble is, you're just hitting pink, aren't you? You've got nothing else to hit. So if you don't hit it full ball, you could go in off into a corner pocket.
Yeah, into either.
Yeah.
That's why he's taking the yellow.
I'd be inclined to try and play the blue, but maybe it's a bit thin to play on the bottom reds. I can see his thought process, but this cue ball's racing again. It's going to stop in time, thankfully. Good shot that, actually. You know, he played it on a nice part of the table where he had options. Still got to get on a colour though.
Yeah, up for the blue of this.
8.
Well, this is where his height is going to come into use, because he is tall enough to reach this easily. Well, you know,
I would have played it down the bottom.
I would have played it into the yellow bag.
Yeah.
With the rest.
Yeah, I mean, the tallest player I ever played was probably John Campbell, the Australian. Remember him?
Yeah.
He used to come into the snooker club in Ealing. I don't think I ever saw him use the rest of that. He's no good with it either, you know, because he'd only used it about 3 times in all the years. It's true, you know, he was ever so tall, he didn't use it very much.
Was Warren King tall as well?
No, I'll tell you who else was tall. Now, I know we're not going to get into this too much. Remember the guy from Liverpool, Nick Fruin?
Yeah, I remember
He was
Nick.
a giant, wasn't he? Good player. I wonder whatever happened to him. Anyway, this tall snooker players is a sort of different ball game, really, isn't it? So this is a very serious frame of snooker now. Nick Terry.
Yeah.
He was a tall lad, wasn't he, from Essex?
Yeah.
5.
You know all these people. The thing I know about speaking to you, Lee, you know all the same people as I do.
Well, yeah, they don't know me. No, I went to Nick Terry. He had his own club at one point.
Yeah.
In fact, we all went there for a practice, and Ronnie turned up as well, and he was only young, like 11, 12, something like that.
But he was still good.
100 first shot, I think he had.
Listen, Ronnie is a complete force of nature, isn't he? And he has been all his career. Since he was a kid, he was a brilliant snooker player. This looks very thin, doesn't it, on there? Is he playing the back double? Goodness me.
He's overcut it.
Well, he must. I don't. He's cut it backwards, surely.
Patrick
I mean,
Wallace,
I didn't even think that went to the middle, yet he's overcut it by a mile. I think the angle, maybe on the overhead, I looked at that, still looked mighty thin.
This frame could go down to the wire now. It's going to get really tactical.
Yeah, and you know things. I mean, snooker can descend into a real slog. I mean, you know, even the greatest matches. You know, I don't say he's gone in off, is he? No.
Oh, he's clipped the green and gone in off.
The flickage.
Virgo Quinn 4.
The flickage. That's a horrendous flick.
Start the clock.
See that?
Because it wasn't in off. I called the in off, but I was completely wrong. But if you see it on the overhead, it just grazes the green. Oh, that's vile, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he was. Paddy was walking away from the table thinking there,
Yeah.
oh, that's the result of it, the green.
Unsuspecting.
So not the greatest positional shot from ball in hand.
No, but he tried to get the pink out, and I admire what he did there. He tried to make things happen. I think he tried to get the pink out beyond the blue, so I think he almost got what he expected to get.
This has not gone in off, has it?
Well, I mean...
6.
These people are dicing with death, aren't they?
I mean, when you're playing out there, I mean, we're lucky enough we haven't played, but when you go in off, it must be the worst feeling in the world, because you just think the other person's going to clear up every time, and it hasn't been the case, has it, for 2 seasons?
Well, you're going to assume you've done your brains on one shot, haven't you? That's what you're going to assume.
Ball in hand, Hayden scored 1.
I don't think Wayne scored many, did he? Did Wayne have a ball in hand? I don't know. It's been carnage, isn't it? All of it.
It wasn't many.
Oh, I know that.
And then Fergal's just scored 6.
do like that shot when it's played well, you know. I mean, it's a shot I used to enjoy, but that figure of 8 zipping the cue ball round, if you're unsure about it, you can get that shot wrong, can't you? You hit too thick.
Yeah. And that's what's happened most of this season.
Yeah.
People going in off, just playing the straight in off.
Yeah, it can happen. Now, how's he going to get back? There's any number of balls on that right side. Oh, he's not trying to, I was going to say. Because there's so much going on that right side of the table. So he thought he'd just leave the cue ball in amongst it all.
I think he just... I'm not sure what he played today. So maybe he thought he could hit it a bit thicker.
Well, he's going to have to play safe, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's going to have to be a good one now, but he's unlucky not to be on something there. He's got Patrick on the back foot now, playing all his shots from down that end. But fancy one more dart at this. 6.5 minutes. He's going to get something come his way. He's got lots of time left. Shot. Good shot. And he was doing everything, wasn't he? There, he's leaving everything. Had it not gone in. These shots are troubling players. If the table's quick, he's got to avoid hitting a bolt colour up and down. And they just can't avoid the bolt colours, it seems. They're like almost twice the size.
6.
I'm not sure if he's on that red to the middle. He's having a little look. Hayden's... thought he was sat in his way, but he's not. The gentlemanly thing is to move.
Great shot. He's pulled one out of the locker there, isn't he?
He's such a good player. It's as simple as that. You'd like to play the brown here, but you want to be hitting a straighter shot, don't you?
Well, he's looking at the bigger picture, I suppose, and that red is not that difficult from where it is.
Played that nicely, though. Got some good fizz on the cue ball.
10.
He's behind by a couple of points, but you feel he is favourite. He's in possession, isn't he? He's at the table.
11.
Strange old career record, wasn't it? Once played at the Crucible as a professional. I know he's played there since, involved in Jason's events, Jason Francis events, but and he got to the quarter-final that year, and he hammered Angles McManus, 10-2 that year. And who beats Angles like that?
Yeah,
and he never got back there, in the World Championships. Funny career, that, isn't it?
Yeah, but like he said, I think sometimes you can put yourself under it too much.
Well, you named a bloke last night. I was listening, actually. You named a fella called Paul Cavaney last night, didn't you?
Yes.
And he beat me to get to the Crucible 10-9. And I was, I had been, the first year I missed out. That was quite painful, I must say. You mentioned a name that made me jolt up. And into a cold sweat. We've all got players like that.
Yeah, we've all got matches like that.
Anyway, this is a terrific shot again.
22.
He's kind of freed the black, or has he? I wonder if the black will go into the same pocket.
Yeah, I think it does.
Do you know, I think it'll sneak past that red. But the keyboard's got to travel here.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, it goes.
Oh, they all go.
Do you think you play it round off 2 or what, or direct off 1 cushion behind it? Gone 1.
23.
Has played it ever so well.
So he's just going to sort of stun run it over the top of the red for the red in the opposite pocket to the black. Oh, he had the perfect angle just to screw it back.
Just to hold for it, yeah. Well, now
30.
he's got 18 in front. He should take red blacks at 26, and he shouldn't be rushing in taking them. Not that he ever has done. And And then it's a question of, does Fergal get back to the table at any point?
31.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's not, and that puts my pundit's picks out, done and dusted.
Yeah, mine have been blown out of the water as well. I mean, you got your treble in fairness, and
it's been a tough week.
It's been something of a sort of a graveyard for us, isn't it? Really, it's just been. This is finals night, though, isn't it? This is the place where dreams go to
38.
die.
I mean, it's one of those that when you come in to pick 'em, you're thinking, well, Patrick Wallace not the quickest player, as you sort of pointed out earlier.
Yeah.
But I've always said 20 seconds is long enough.
Yeah, it is.
At,
You're right.
At this game, so
39.
but I was with you. I was just thinking, oh, maybe Paddy's, not the quickest, so that's why I didn't pick him. But he's been favourite all week.
Well, sometimes I think that the players who are way below 20 seconds average shot times naturally, they almost get the kick they need. They need to play quicker and sometimes playing quicker means you haven't got time to think of what can go wrong. And for now, not much has gone wrong. It's been a very well made break. 2 long pots in it. Its class is showing through, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over a long time.
$45.
He's basically just closed out the frame. It's a bit like a billiards player who just ends up with an unfinished break, at the end of the allotted time. He's closes out. And you're thinking that maybe Fergal will get back to the table. But I think he's coming back to the table to shake hands is all he's doing. Because this has been excellent.
50.
Whoever he plays in the final, he's going to be favourite.
Concentration's good, isn't it, as well? He's in his own little bubble, and that's where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think he will be favourite. I mean, the other 2 boys that are left in, Daniel Ward and Hayden Stanland, I'm sure will give him a good game. But very, very good from Patrick Wallace. 58 break, closing out that match against his good pal Fergal Quinn, and he's in tonight's final.
It's getting serious now, folks. The final spot up for grabs of this year's Snooker Legends 900. Patrick Wallace is in the final, and talk about peaking at the right time. That was by far the best he's played so far, right?
I thought he was terrific tonight. You have to remember, he's been undefeated already. He's one of these players that's not lost. He got through Monday, won the whole lot, and here he is. And he closed out that frame, and you just are reminded, if you ever forgot, that he was a really good tour player. We quarter-finalist at the World Championships, all these things. It's in there somewhere, and it was back out tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's just a class act. I mean, he's a class person. Just everything about him is classy.
And
I love him.
Who is he going to play in the final?
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? I feel that Hayden Stanland might be a slight favourite for the game. I don't know. I haven't looked at the prices yet for that one, but Daniel Ward's been a bit of a surprise package. He's played well.
Daniel Ward even money. Hayden Stanland 8 to 11.
I think 8 to 11 is a fair price. I think he's about 8 to 13 chance himself.
Okay, all
but
right.
it's a tough one to call. I mean, because Trigger's thrown that there. If you ask me,
Wayne Townsend,
he should have won that. I was plain and simple. I mean, he's had 2 or 3 good chances, and when he ran out of position, he'll be gutted. I'm gutted for him.
Just a quick one. It came in 10 to 11 each 2 there, but it's actually Daniel Ward evens, Hayden Stanland 8 to 11. But you think Stanland is even, should be shorter than that?
Yeah. Well, maybe the prices have changed. Maybe someone's lumped on him.
I don't know about that.
We weren't lumping on anyone.
Right. What a season it's been. I thought I'd come up with a little game for you guys. It's not much of a game, really. It's just a little bit of a recap, really.
We'll be the judge of that.
We talk about having a look, riding your luck at the 900. I want to know, Lee, I'll come to you first, the most unluckiest player of season 2. I'm sure a lot of people that have been here, they probably think they are the unluckiest.
Well, the unluckiest. I mean, I don't know if it's unlucky or if it was just... but Brendan O'Donoghue, there isn't going to be many people that lose in that way at the 900. But maybe it was a bad shot, maybe it was the wrong, but maybe that was unlucky.
OK, and for you, Neil?
I wasn't here the week that Chucky Preston was, I thought, really unlucky. She played brilliantly. She went in off, red into the left corner. Cue ball flew in the middle bag. Right at the end, she was already in front, and I thought it was a brave shot to go for it. But in the end, the brave shot cost her, because Ian off, and that was game over. I thought that was desperate.
Yeah, and I've got to agree with you. I think that's probably the most unlucky. I mean, how she's not cannoned the reds next to the red she potted. I mean, it was a brilliant pot.
Had she missed the red, she probably wouldn't have gone enough, because the angle would be different, and she was still in front. So very, very unlucky.
I knew one of you had mentioned Chucky Preston. This game has worked out great. I wanted to congratulate her, actually, because she's just become the European black ball champion. So congratulations to Chucky Preston. So those memories of the 900, and there you can see just how happy she is, banished
She's
after
just happy
success.
she's in Blackpool. What a great place.
She was great, really lovely. And of course, it's been strong for Northern Ireland, Chucky coming over that week.
She can play snooker as well. You know, we saw that, and you know, it's been so good to see the women players, you know, coming through and showing us what they're made of. And there's been some good performances as well.
And we got to the luckiest. I think you probably covered this as well, because Dominda Lilly, I mean, if Brendan O'Donoghue was unlucky, surely he's the luckiest player.
Definitely.
Do you know what? I can still see the image of Dominda Lilly breaking into a trot, which no one saw coming. No one thought he could win, right? And I think Ali and yourself win. I mean, you're doing what everyone was thinking, which is winding down, the frame's over, and then Brendan missed, and all of a sudden Dominda breaks into a trot, which I'm sure he hasn't done since school sports day.
Well,
and then he just nipped round the table, and he just snuck up and won the whole thing.
Well, the funniest part of that, actually, he did come into the studio and said, and then I had to try the running, which I actually thought was...
He's a stranger to, I think.
Which I thought was really funny.
What a great guy as well, though, isn't he, Dominda? I never met him.
Fantastic. And he, of course, was the winner of week 6, and he'll be back for the grand final. Right, the last moment, the golden moment of season 2. I mean, we've got a long way to go, obviously, with the grand final, and tonight we could have it. We've had 4 century breaks. Michael Holt, the highest so far, 109. Onyee, 108. Pinchas, 105. And, of course, Fergal Quinn last night, 101. Would that be a part of your golden moment, any of those big breaks?
Yeah, Onyee's century was unbelievable. I mean, the red or the black that she rolled in from tight under the rail. I mean, talk about technique. Dave Rowe's got to be very proud. Was just a great shot on its own.
She was quite unlucky against Lee Walker as well, talking about Onyee.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I thought the century was great, you know, and I think, having had a little chat with Rianne, I think there were some suggestions she was a bit nervous about it, and she's got these routines, and maybe she's worried about the 20 seconds, but that century was great. I mean, it's good to see that, isn't it? You know, that's on TV, you know, women's snooker player making a century. How bad is that? It's got to be good for women's snooker.
Mean, I haven't been down there too many times, but I went down and I managed to see that, and I stood next to David Rowe, and he was like a bag of nerves.
Yeah.
Oh no, is she going to get this? Calm down, calm down.
He's a good man, David Rowe. He's been in snooker a long time.
Well, this is it, and this is what this whole event and this, you know, this whole format. We've seen a lot of players, I say it every week, blast from the past, and we've got our marquee players, our legends. Eugene Hughes, I know, was a real popular player when he turned up, and it's just been great. Marcus Deo, that clearance, that's pretty high.
That's
pretty high on the list.
That was week 1, wasn't it? So very early on in the piece.
Anyways, I think that was brilliant, and it just shows the opportunity as well to play on TV and to perform like that. And it was
I think every week there's been something to talk about. Every week.
Right, we're going to stop the talking. We're going to go back to the snooker. Daniel Ward, even money against Hayden Stanland, 8-11. So who's going to win? I know we talked about the odds. Are we both with Hayden?
I'm slightly with him.
I'm going Daniel Ward.
Okay, all right.
Fair enough.
The boys have spoken, and we're going to head back to Billy in commentary, and once again back down to the arena we go.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Welcome back, folks.
It is a
second semi-final, week 8 finals night between Aidan Stanleyland
Daniel Ward,
and Daniel Ward. And it's Daniel to get us underway. Aidan's got a look at a long pot here. It's not easy, but you could play it away off the 2 cushions where he could be on the black, even if he's low on it. And the only ready be leaving is this one if he did decide to play that shot. Welcome back, Lee.
Yeah, had to go for that one, didn't he? Sort of shot to nothing there.
I mean, that was the only ready for Lee, possibly, was that one he was playing, Lee.
Yeah, still a few people stayed around for this.
Yeah. Oh, that's made the black even better.
1 minute to midnight, we've got the cocoa. And it turned cold as well. Sort of from nowhere this week.
It's mad, isn't it? Like how the cold weather and the dark nights have come in all of a sudden. Perfect time for snooker though, if you're a snooker player. It's in behind the green. Oh. Whatever way, Lee, we're going to have a good final tonight. One of these lads against Patrick Wallace. A good watch.
This is a good shot.
Very good.
What, does he want to whip this about half ball and try and bounce it around that?
Red down there closer to the cushion there. Oh, it's a nice shot, you know, Lee. If he misses the blue. That's not bad. Could have been a lot worse there. It wasn't easy, Lee. It wasn't an easy shot on there.
He's had to kind of swerve it half round the yellow, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done well there. Or was he canning the brown? He might have left a long red on there. But he's hampered by it, is he?
Yeah. How about you, mate? But the colour's been a bit messy tonight.
Very.
You know, some days you just get scrappy frames like that.
That's a good pot, though. He potted one against Wainwright as well, Lee, didn't he? Like hampering over a ball. That's a good shot.
A few nice kisses as well there. Had to be on one, surely,
yeah,
didn't he?
that was a good pot, Lee.
Put everything into the pot.
He deserves to be on one.
8.
Oh, there's Ryan Mears back enjoying the 900 for his dad, Ray.
And still smiling.
And he's still smiling. Just shows you what the 900 does for you, though. You know, even people that's been out, they still come back to watch it, and they're engrossed in it, and they were all engrossed in it. Normally, when people's out of a tournament, that's it. I don't want to look at no more results.
Yeah, yeah.
But this tournament is very different.
I'm with you, Billy, and just the format just creates. It's not plain sailing because of the white ball maybe, and because of the speed of the table. That you know, it's all right when I was picking balls out for Ali. We'd had 2.5 hours on the table, so you know he got used to it. Even though he sort of starts with 100 break every time I play him, but you know he's one of the game's best.
Yeah, we started off with 2 back-to-back 100 breaks today, Lee, so it's not just against you, mate.
Did he do that today as well?
Yeah,
as well as
back-to-back.
I think he had 3
yesterday.
centuries and 2 90s with against Stewart as
on
well.
The bounce, yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, he's playing well. He's got Ronnie tomorrow. Anyway, getting back to the point, it's like all these players, sort of, including yourself.
Yeah.
You know, no one's played on this table until their match, so, and you've got 15 minutes to try and get used to the table and not get beat.
And you've got the rules. You got to have the rules in your head as well. Lee, got to hit a cushion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, don't go in off or ball in hands, and then cue ball's different. It's just so many things going on in 15 minutes.
What a great safety shot that is.
Oh, that's brilliant. He just hit the cue ball and be on yellow. He has.
This is not second nature because it just slides so much off this cushion.
He's going to leave this red up. He's going to leave this as red. So he's natural angle back up for blue here. Could play to be on the pink as well if he wanted to.
1.
It's so easy just to roll past that blue. Do you think he can get the cannon on the red next to the
just
pin?
playing a little delicate screw one. Just missed it, yeah.
Just missed it.
Bit of side.
He's played that well.
Yeah, he does play them shots nice.
6.
That was a tough shot to play. Probably never had much else on there because he didn't look like he run through without missing the bottom reds, and he couldn't stun him behind the black for the black back in the right pocket. So he, he tried to push the black over the pocket a bit more.
Yep, still 8.5 minutes and only 27 points in front.
And Daniel's got one of his favourite shots on here, Lee.
He's a great long putter.
Very good at this shot. It's a natural to come back to baulk with the cue ball.
Don't want to hit this too hard though.
1.
He does knock them reds in on a regular basis.
I know. That's what I was saying because I thought he might have played the white ball, pull it up short of the baulk line.
See, this is a shot now in behind the green, brown onto the side cushion. So I thought you could have played the roll there, Lee.
Yeah.
Downward 1.
Well, maybe he had to be certain for the brown to hit the cushion though, didn't he? Maybe the roll he thought he might, you know, it's quite easy to have a twitch up down there.
Yeah, very.
Well, that stopped the bagel anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of play in this final yet.
Semi-final.
Semi-final, correct. Just testing you, Lee, see if you're on the ball.
I don't know about that, mate.
It
will
shot.
be nice to get back into some normal sleep patterns, though.
Oh, it's a tough shot he's played here. There's a red come farther up past the middle pocket. I don't think it has. But these middles are tricky shots, Lee. Across the table as well. It's not easy shots.
Well, you called it, mate.
Yeah, not easy at all, and he's not left anything. But Dan would be happy not seeing the red go in, Lee, wouldn't he? The red green.
He might take this on.
Could do come around beyond the yellow.
1.
Fancy he's going to be on the green, but
yeah. So I was thinking if he did play it slow and missed it, he could have been.
Oh, he's fancying the blue. He's going to put all his eggs in one basket. The blue stun across. Oh, he was just up a fraction.
Downward 1.
Oh.
It's a great chance for Aiden now. For a moment, it looked like the blue was going to be a blocker.
Nicely controlled.
Yeah, that was. Nice little shot there.
He's got to be careful his sleeve isn't touching that.
Just was okay there. That sleeve was close though, Lee, mighty close.
Yeah.
But I think where we were sat, you could see the gap there, couldn't we? Yeah, what a chance this is for Aiden.
Yeah, Dennis Taylor would say. Just needs to mind his work
16.
here.
I mean, Dennis, wow, what a week that was having Dennis here. That's one of my highlights, to be honest.
Yeah?
Especially his break against Harvey.
It was brilliant. 48, wasn't it?
Harvey knows exactly how many it was.
He's still
17.
talking about it now.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a quick semi-final, really.
24.
49, isn't it?
Oh, an early night wouldn't go amiss.
$25.
Always thought you go and you watch it all back, Lee. Again, you love it that much. You got 900 on record to watch when you get in.
You're joking me.
Skewing nice now though, Hayden is. He's getting through the ball lovely.
32.
So match ball.
Here
33.
it is.
Knowledgeable crowd down there. Beautiful.
Shot.
Beautiful.
40.
I mean, if Hayden do win tonight, I want all the recognition for it.
What, for making him referee all day?
Just learning them the shots.
41. $48.
Yeah, Dan Ward's had a good run this week. Semi-final. I'm sure he's enjoyed it, but
Hayden's 21.
there's the
48.
handshake, and Hayden
And
Stanleyland will play Patrick Wallace in tonight's grand final. We'll see you shortly after the break.
Welcome back, and we are ready for the final almost. At this stage, we generally do the draw for next week, but we will be doing the draw for the grand final after we get the 8th player through. Let's just touch on the 2 players that have made it through tonight, Hayden Stanleyland and also Patrick Wallace.
Well, it would be hard to argue they've not been the best players. They've both been absolutely superb tonight. Patrick Wallace has just gone on from what he achieved. You know, on Monday, he's undefeated in 5 matches. But Hayden Stanleyland, who I knew was a decent player. I've seen him around before, but to me, he's proved that he's more than that. He's a proper snooker player in the making, I think.
Yeah, I have to completely agree for a change. I mean, Paddy's is always... Paddy just plays like Paddy. He's always tough to beat. And, you know, I've not seen a lot of Hayden, but I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
Good player.
It's going to be a great final. Just very quickly on the odds, Patrick Wallace 8-11, Hayden Stanleyland even money. I think we've all been impressed by both players, but there can only be one winner, one spot. Who's going to take it?
I think Hayden's got a chance. I think Patrick Wallace is the rightful favourite. I thought he'd be 6-4 on, and Hayden would be just a shade of odds against. You know, I don't know who's going to win. I think it'd be nice to see Hayden win, but that's nothing against Patrick.
Yeah, I think I would have had Patrick as a slightly bigger favourite. So as they're so close, I think I'd be putting my money on Patrick.
No, I think that's fair, yeah.
Okay, we will be finding out who will be the 8th player to make it through to the grand final on the 22nd of November. 7 men already there, and let's remind you of the 7 players that have booked their place throughout season 2 for this big event on the 22nd of November. £10,000 up for grabs, the biggest prize in amateur snooker. And week 1 it was Josh Thomond. We mentioned Marcus Dale, that amazing clearance, and he's currently 9-1. He was a surprise winner of week 1, would you say, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, he's had a bit of previous playing in this form of the game, because in the shootout he'd played in that, and to be honest, he'd made an absolute howler in there, and you know, that's that. But he's here now, and he's got a chance to redeem himself in this form.
And week 2 we saw Lee Walker, who never won a match at the shootout, came to the 900. 13-2 to become champion currently.
Yeah, again, plays very much like Patrick Wallace. If you ask me, you know, a little bit like Nick Barrow, you know, just very, very solid.
And week 3, Harvey Chandler was the only favourite, unless Patrick Wallace, of course, wins tonight, the only favourite of the group to come through 5-1 currently.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on the tour before, you know, and don't forget what happened to him in that week. You know, he lost to Dennis, and you think he'd never hear the last of this. But he got his own back, didn't he, on finals night when he beat Dennis. So, you know, he's another player, as I say, who's still got a future in the game, despite not currently being a tour pro.
And Michael Holt certainly hoping that he's got a future as a professional, but he's here at the 900, and he started off with a 109, a century break.
Yeah, Michael Holt, just complete class. I mean, what else can you say? The boy can still play. How he's not on the tour, I do not know. But I'm sure he will be back on this, the end of this season.
And Andy Lavin, he beat some good players, the likes of Luke Pinches, Goggins. That was a great weekend. Coming through as a qualifier, he said he could, the car would just drive to Reading. He didn't even have to put the postcode in.
Yeah, and you know, with Andy, he's always been a good player at the amateur level, at league level, and in the Harrow League and all that sort of stuff for many years. He dabbled with being a pro. Wasn't quite his thing, but you know, he remains a really fine player.
And Darminda Lilly, 8-1. It was Brendan O'Donoghue, of course. That green, the Brendan green. I think we'll be talking about that for the next few seasons, Lee.
Well, how is he still in it? I don't know. Out of everyone there, how is he still in it? But you know, he's done a great dish, and his positional play was really tight on that last dish as well, and it had to be. Yeah. Got a chance.
Yeah, they all have a chance at this stage, and Nick Barrow will also be in the draw tonight after the final. He's 10-1 currently. Obviously, these odds could all change. And we've 2 coaches, Lee Walker and, of course, Nick Barrow as well. You tipped him up at 12-1 to win the week.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought he had a chance because, I mean, obviously Lee knows him very well, and I practice with him sometimes. And he was a very good player going back, and he's still got a lot of that skill left. And I know he's been putting in some hours since then. You know, to try and get himself ready. He's that sort of bloke, isn't he? You know, he'll be totally prepared for the night, leave no stone unturned.
As every player should be, because it's a huge opportunity.
10 grand the winner, and they've, you know, someone's going to win 1,500 quid tonight.
Yeah, there'll be
on top of the 500 that Patrick's already won at the. It's non-stop.
It's all about the ground.
There'll be some crying. There'll be tears. Whoever wins, we know that. We saw it last year. Dan Parsons.
I know, we're buzzing.
Cried his eyes out.
We're buzzing for this final tonight to see who will manage to grab that 8th place and become part of our grand final, and the draw will be very exciting, so that's going to be coming up after this. Patrick Wallace, 8-11, Hayden Stanland, even money. It's been a brilliant season, and also we just want to give a shout out to Mark Beale and Michaela Tabb, because they've been keeping it all going downstairs.
I was going to say that because they've both done a brilliant job. They've not missed out on any of the infringements, and I think they've been superb referees, the pair of them.
Indeed, and we are set for the final. Week 8 then, bring it on right after the break.
So welcome back, snooker fans, for the final of week 8 of season 2 of the 900, the final qualifier. And it's Patrick Wallace to break off against Hayden Stanleyland.
Yeah, and of course one of these two, their name is going to be in that hat for later on. Or we don't use a hat, but you know, the bag. We could pluck out their name and they'll know who they're playing on the 22nd. But at the moment we don't know which one of these two. It's hard to call.
Yeah, and he's tried your favourite break, and it miles too thick.
What, you mean the plain ball?
The plain ball, the 2 cushions.
What you can do is put the cue ball even closer, I think, to the yellow, and come in at the bunch with a sort of an angle and play it. Anyway.
So first chance.
And he's given a chance away straight away. Last thing he needed to do on the back of Patrick Wallace, the way he finished off against Fergal Quinn. If he can stay in that form, he's got an early in here. Just what he wanted. Very keen on it. Patrick Wallace said he hasn't missed any of it all the way through. He's watching all the other weeks. So he's still a snooker nut almost after all these years involved in the game.
One.
If you love snooker, why wouldn't you love this?
You know, and the other thing I think is, you know, whenever you hear these players, you know, say if you've won tonight, will you be watching to see who you play? And they say, oh no, I don't watch snooker. I don't believe them actually. I think they do watch. I think they all watch. Oh, hello.
Let's put a quick one in.
What's that about?
Patrick Wallace 1.
I mean, he's got lucky, isn't he?
Can you want it too much?
Well, all I say is, you know, Hayden will be thinking, well, why aren't I on the red there? But he should also think, I'm at the table quickly again. That's the most important part.
Yeah, just wait for your chance. Wasn't the greatest safety in the world. He's sort of, I mean, he's left this on. It's not easy.
But, but how do you fancy it? Just missed an easy blue. Do you fancy these long balls straight after?
Patrick does.
Well, the game is not as simple as that, Lee, and you should know that. All I'm saying is he has missed an easy blue, so every shot is going to seem difficult straight after. That's just my assessment of it anyway. You need a little bit of time to recover from a miss sometimes, don't you? A couple of minutes.
Do you fancy this going to the end of the frame then? Do you fancy this to be tight?
I'd love to see it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of easy frames won tonight, haven't we?
Well, I mean, listen, we mentioned earlier the Dalminda Lily victory over Brendan O'Donoghue. That was extraordinary in the last few seconds. So Dalminda is through. He may be watching, because he probably wants to know who he's playing, and we'll know soon, Dalminda.
That's a great safety shot.
Troublesome. Left side of the table. There's not really a route back to bulk unless you get lucky. Right side there's a thin red, but how thin do you want to hit it in case you miss altogether? It's tough. Oh, he's gone playing the dribble. Not the worst shot though, is it? He didn't panic there.
No, he's
there is a way. I mean, as I said earlier, I think Wayne Townsend made a mistake. You know, he didn't have to play up the table and let Hayden Stanland in. He could have played to get the cue ball down behind the black spot. He didn't. Think up shots, haven't you? Oh, what a poke that is! But look at how he played it again.
One.
You know, the cue ball was always going one place.
But again, the beeps were going off. He's just had to hit it in the end. I mean,
he played the shark shot, didn't he? Great white. Really, that's all he wanted. In the end, he almost he wished the red didn't go in. Look at the trouble Hayden had been in.
Patrick Wallace 1.
He's covered the right side of the table. This is good safety we're seeing. Attacking safety from Patrick Wallace, and Hayden Stanland desperately trying to defend. Yes, it's only 2-0 in points, but it's been 5 minutes nearly of good snooker. This time I think he's screwing back to bolt. Didn't get very close to the pot, needs the cue ball to help him.
Well, I think the reds helped him.
Could be worse, couldn't it? I mean, he's got to cue over the top of the other red a little bit. I don't know, is it going anywhere near the in off? No, I don't think it is. Thinking it might have been up into the top left, but I don't think that's on.
You can just get to the side of that red.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's had to play it with a touch of right-hand side because that red was in the way. And he's pushed it thick.
Getting a bit nervous late in the evening.
I'm getting nervous. My hands are sweating. This is good safety as well.
Thin contact required. It's a brave shot, I think, you know. I mean, he probably was never going to miss that altogether. It wasn't the thinnest of contacts, but look where the cue ball's gone again. It's like on a magnet down there, in behind that brown ball.
So I think he's planning on the dump shot by the way he's come round and had a look at these reds on the black cushion, or is he going to play the big? No, he didn't.
Yeah, I thought he might play that up and down, and he played it with right hand side to avoid hitting the other red. And This is excellent defensive play. Now this is another one. Pat Wallace has missed one of these. He'd fancy him for it, but I wouldn't make him a certainty for this.
Oh, it's just off straight. That's nice.
Now, good shot this time, fair play. But he's sort of small fish if he plays up on the yellow. You know, you feel like he's skirting around the issue. The blue is a big shot to play.
Gotta be the blue.
If it goes, obviously. Now he's gone down the other end for the minnows.
You know what? Looking at the overhead, I don't think the blue does go.
Oh.
He's not played in off, surely.
That's one of the worst shots he's ever played.
Just put the cue ball in the middle of the brown cushion.
He was indecisive, and there you see the legacy of him being a slow player has caught up with him. He took too long over it all, and in the end he had to rush a shot, and the in-off was dire, wasn't it? That is the moment when his pass caught up with him.
That's brutal.
Eight.
Well, I mean, that's what you want, don't you? Ball in hand with a few reds around the black spot.
Yeah, he's not perfect on this, but you know, if he can just pop this kid on the black, he's absolutely back in. Yeah, nicely done. This is a marvellous chance that Aidan Stanley has got. I mean, we saw him when he came up 2 nights. He's been up, he's been very engaging, very full of enthusiasm, loving playing. And this is the moment he can take things a step further. He's at the table. He's sort of fought off some brilliant safety. Pat Wallace is completely imploded. That's a good shot. I mean, look at that for a shot.
16.
He's just going to roll this through. Maybe for the black, but could land on the green if he gets a bad cannon.
Oh, that's a great shot. There's plenty of balls in the way there, you know. What a nice shot that was.
Yeah. I think he had a sort of backup plan with if he caught that ready, he'd be on the green. But very nicely played yet. So he can cannon green now, or has he got the angle? He's going to just play a slip cannon onto the green.
Got a nice way of striking the ball. I like that. It's a little bit of David Gilbert in his cue, actually. I think, you know, that sort of long, languid swing.
25.
That's all right. The cannon didn't work out quite to plan, but he's on the bottom red of the left-hand red of the two. Nice shot. Pat Wallace has been superb the whole evening.
There's Hayden's mum.
Yeah, he said he's got his parents here and they're enjoying it. And of course, this could be a great moment for them.
She's biting her nails off.
Pat Wallace has been superb all the way through, hasn't he? But he just had that moment there where he just
40.
He got indecisive. He ended up rushing the shot. He didn't want to play the blue, then the yellow, then he couldn't decide, and that's what, as I say, is what he was a little bit slow before. And that was the moment when it all came back to him, and it will count for 41. A lot if Hayden dishes up here.
Yeah, you know, why not just play the brown full in the face and put the cue ball in the middle of the bolt rail, you know, tight to the bolt rail.
But decision making, you know, players just concede shots quicker than others. Look at O'Sullivan. You know, he's nearly 48 years of age. He's still as quick as anybody in the game because
48.
He's just got this gift of seeing the shot immediately.
Yeah, and he doesn't even walk around the table quick anymore. He just normally walks around.
It's you know, it's like an intoxicating sort of blend of him being a beautiful positional player, O'Sullivan, and a very quick thinker You know, and that's why he's the
49.
quickest player in the game. He doesn't even always look the quickest.
No.
But it's that thought process, and as brilliant as Patrick has been, it let him down there on that shot, and it might cost him a place in the grand final. The bitter pill for him. Well, I mean, there is a guess time, but there's a lot of points to make up, and Hayden Stanleyland is not going to be rushed. He's in very much the driver's seat. Breaks over.
Just looked like he touched that with a little bit of a, check as he screwed that back, because it didn't look like it came off at the right angle.
It's easy to check that, isn't it, when you hit them? Screw back onto the cushion.
Hayden Stanleyland, 56.
Nice break. Really well compiled, controlled break.
Get ready for this, because he's going for it.
Yahoo time?
Yahoo.
Didn't happen, did it? And he's probably got one more in there, but of course he's stuck with red now. And now you're talking about almost just winning the match anyway. Any colour after this red, never mind the scores.
Yeah, he was just about to play that then with 18 seconds left. You've got to slow it now.
You have, but just pop this and get a colour, and then just you can have it like a lap of honour. Do that thing that the athlete Steve Ovett used to do when he used to wave to the crowd with about 50 metres left.
Are you a Steve Ovett or a Seb Coe then?
Well, listen, they were both brilliant, weren't they? But you couldn't help but love Steve Ovett for the way he was. Seb Coe's a fantastic athlete, wasn't he?
I was a Daley Thompson man, actually.
Oh, great. Absolutely great. Athlete, superb. Now he wants a snooker here, right? So it's not actually all done yet, although with 2 minutes left, I reckon Hayden can
do what he wants.
Do what he likes. Enjoy the moment. Don't rush. Patrick made one mistake, but it was a big mistake. A big mistake. One thing I didn't think I'd see him make.
Hayden Stanleyland.
Wow, there you are, Patrick Wallace. What a lovely guy he is. How generous in defeat, and it must hurt him. But he's beaten by the better player tonight. Hayden Stanleyland is in the grand finals. He's our champion of week 8.
The week 8 champion joins us in the studio, and that is Hayden Stanleyland. Wonderful stuff. A beautiful break of 56. Your name's on the wall. You're going to be here for the grand final of the 22nd of November. Just how are you feeling?
Relieved, very relieved, yeah. It was very tough all night. I started off a bit sluggish in the first game, it got going, and then, improved all night, and yeah, it was a nice break.
It was a great break, but you get a bit of luck in this format. You've got to take your chance, and he did just that, Neal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it was luck for Hayden. I thought that Patrick made a mistake, because... Look, he's not the quickest thinker in the game, and that's not a criticism, because I've said in commentary, everyone's got their own natural pace, and it was the one occasion when it didn't work out for him, because he looked at so many things. He's looking here, Hayden, as you can see, he's looking at the blue, does it go, doesn't it? Then he wasn't sure. It looks tight, actually, doesn't it? I mean, he wouldn't want to play that. I get why he didn't play it. Now he's thinking about rolling the yellow in, and then it's dawned on him, he's got no time left, so the shot on the brown was... I mean, he's playing the yellow here. All these different shots. He couldn't make his mind up.
What were your thoughts when you were watching him playing this?
When he got up off the yellow, I thought he's going to run. Does he know how long he's got left? And then he played the brown, and I mean the white just never stopped rolling because it was straight towards me as well. And I thought, is it going to drop? Is it not? And then when it hit. So
you're like, please drop.
Yeah.
Your mum came up on the screen as well. What's your mum's name?
Jill.
Jill was through.
Joe.
Joe went through every single ball there. She looked in a bag of nerves watching on.
She was, yeah. She always comes to watch me for all the tournaments and things, and I told her that she better come to this one as well. So yeah, she's been pacing around all night.
Well, Neal, you said in commentary there's Hayden's mum enjoying it. I'm thinking, I don't know how much she's enjoying this.
No, I know it's always difficult on the sidelines, isn't it? But I thought Hayden's break. We've spoken enough about Patrick there because he made the mistake, but Hayden played some beautiful shots. Lovely little controlled shots there. You got round the black spot nicely. You played a shot where you went to a little gap on the black up close. So your break building was great there.
Yeah, it's something that I've worked on quite a lot, to be honest. It's like in and around the balls, playing little cannons and the soft stuns and screws and things. And I mean, on that table, it's relatively easy when you get in the balls. It's not easy, but it feels easy. You don't need to do much with the white. And
you know, it's thankfully the hard work that I've been putting in finally showed. And
well,
happy.
this is the only way to succeed, isn't it? You've got to work hard, and and it's nice when it all pays off. So it's a great story.
It really is. And I know we mentioned your mum and dad. Who else is watching tonight?
Well, I just want to say a big thank you to Sean Whitworth and 1804 Barbers. They sponsored me for this event. I couldn't get the logo sorted on my shirt, but I just want to shout out to him and say thank you for that. So thank you.
And a new haircut as well?
He has. He's done my haircut for this week, yeah. So very good. But there's loads of me grandma and granddad there watching as well, and all my friends. Yeah, they.
Really? How lovely.
They like it. So unfortunately they can't come, but they're always supporting.
Well, that's so lovely, and my goodness, are they going to be proud of you?
Yeah.
Congratulations, and we'll see you in November, the 22nd of November. It's already November. My goodness, how season 2 has flown by, but it ain't over yet. 8 players through. You do not want to miss it on the 22nd. And let's just bring you right up to speed then. Hayden, last but not least on that list for the grand final. We'll be doing the draw. Hayden might want to stick around and see who he's going to be playing. Week 1, Josh Thomond. Lee Walker, week 2. Harvey Chandler, week 3. Michael Holt, week 4. Andy Lavin, week 5. We just saw Hayden win week 8. Andy also came through the 900 qualifiers. And Daminda Lilly won week 6 in quite dramatic circumstances. And Nick Barrow, winner of week 7. And finally, week 8, Hayden Stanland. Of course, all the prices tomorrow will be out. And, well, what a list of names and what a group of players we have make it.
Yeah, we haven't got the price up for Hayden yet because it's going to be sorted out tomorrow. But I tell you what, he can win that. The way he played there, he's got the right formula. He was faced with a lot of tough safety. Patrick put him in trouble a number of times. He played a few containing safeties. And then when the chance came, bang, he took it. So he's got a really good way of playing this 900.
I think we've got an absolutely fantastic mix of the way that all those players play. They're a person that plays the same as anybody. They've all got different techniques, potters, break builders. I mean, different class.
And we've got the 900 trophy there on the table, of course. And Parsons has been a terrific champion, hasn't he? Season 1, of course, went all the way undefeated. Came here season 2. He won some matches, but he didn't quite make it through this far. But what a wonderful player he is, and great to have him as the first champion.
The format's too difficult to keep coming back and beating all these good players in a 15-minute 900 frame. It's too difficult.
You need a bit of luck, but you need a lot of skill. That is the balance, I think.
And I'm sure a lot of people watching at home thinking, come on, get on with the draw.
I'm so excited.
And I'm sure the 8 players that are watching as well, they all want to know who they're going to be playing first up. Who's going to be first to draw?
You got to let me. I've just been.
You draw first, yeah.
I've been punished every week.
Yeah, okay. You draw first, because obviously. So.
Because obviously what?
Well. No, well,
see, nothing changed. There's still the draw for the grand final, but nothing will change with these two.
Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready. Come on.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Daminda Lilly, and it's the green ball that comes out for Daminda Lilly. Of course, it was the green ball that cost Brendan O'Donoghue.
Number 7.
Number 7, Nick Barrow, winner of week 7. Top coach, Nick, and obviously showing how good he is still on the table as well. So that will be our first match, Lilly versus Barrow. And we are ready
number 3
for our second match. Number 3, Harvey Chandler, who's been dabbling in a bit of...
He's missed the bag.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Michael Holt. Highest break of season 2.
El Clasico.
Oh man, that is horrible. Just the 2 fastest players in it.
It's going to be brilliant.
The draw.
That's the match. One of them's going to miss out.
Oh man, oh man. Number 1.
Number 1 is the winner of week 1, and that is Josh Thomond. And Josh will play
number 5.
Number 5, Andy Lavin, another qualifier coming through the 900 in the summer months. And the final match on finals night, the grand final, number 8, Hayden Stanland. And, well, it's on screen, should be in the bag. Number 2.
It is number 2.
It is number 2, and that is Lee Walker. So Hayden Stanland and Lee Walker. Quite enough behind the scenes, our winner tonight. But look at it, it's just great to be part of this event and to make it this far. You start off week 1 of season 2, 96 players, every single one of them wants to be here on this night, and that's the draw. Quick reaction.
It's a fiendish draw, isn't it, with Harvey Chadle and Michael Holt. You know, whether they were the most two likely winners or not, the bookmakers would have made those favourite and second favourite. Bosh, one's gone after match 2 on the 22nd of November.
And it was your fault.
Well, listen, the draw's the draw. You know, it's the draw is the draw. You know, how do you think the FA Cup's been going all these 100 years? Well, the draw's just been the draw.
Listen, I haven't been around 100 years.
No, but you know, that's it. That's
listen, I think there's 6 players there that are happy, and 2 that ain't.
Yeah, well, you know, and one of them will be happy when they beat the other one. But then, you know, that's the way it goes. I mean, I think the bottom half is favourable, you know, and
is it?
I think it is. I think. Yeah, I think that if I was in that, I mean, I would rather be in the bottom half, perhaps, and maybe Hayden, who's in the room. You know, I don't know. Listen, he's delighted he's won, right? He wouldn't care if anyone came out, Ronnie O'Sullivan right now, because what happened. But I think that he's got a nice draw, and that's not to say anything about Lee Walker or Josh or Andy. You know, I think that's the place to be. It's my view.
Well, okay.
The good news is, Lee, because you're really looking hard and figuring out.
I can't take my eyes off the second match.
The good news is, though, we have got a couple of weeks before we'll be back for the grand final, and I know you'll miss us next Monday, but we will be back, and we'll be back big, because it's going to be a terrific night of snooker. Obviously, the trophy up for grabs, and £10,000, the biggest prize in amateur snooker. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you back on the 22nd of November. And hopefully you too, as well as ever. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes here for making it all possible. Season 2, not done yet. We've got the big one still to come. Bye for now.